What is up, everybody? Welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. This is level 42. Yeah, 42. Wow, I'm off. This is level 52, and this is our 1 year anniversary. I'm hyped. You should be hyped. This is going to be the biggest and best episode yet. Now, before we get started, let me introduce to you the awesome group of hosts I have with me. As you can possibly see on the screen, I have my usual co-hosts of Nate, Elle, and Corey. What is up, guys? Woo! And joining us, we also have your favorite hosts that like to rank their favorite achievements sequentially. We have Michelle, Elroy, and X the Hero. What's up, guys? Who would have guessed? You? No. I think they stopped there. But wait, there's more. We have one more host. What? That's not good. Only hearing my audio. Crap. Let's see. I hope not. Let me try. How about now? Oh, Now I think I have an echo. That's not good. Figures the one thing I couldn't control. Desktop audio.
Can you route your Skype audio? It should be just a source. Oh, picture.
I knew there was gonna be a problem. Oh man, the fun part is I'm recording all this, so they're really gonna hear all those F-bombs and stuff that they said about Fug. Sorry guys. It sucks.
Desperado or something like that. Anyway, when the buffalo gets too old, it just stays back and it dies. So for some reason, that's an
inspiration. And Brooke won again.
That's what it is. It's like this. It's like a poster of like an old buffalo watching the rest of the herd walk off without his ass. That's one of them.
Let her have a code.
Yeah, let her have a code.
I can't re-roll the fraffle, so she gets one.
Can you guys hear this time? Are we good? You guys hear everyone?
Hello, hello.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Do I need to talk about my poster again?
That Brooke should get the prize. That's exactly what we were saying.
No, well, we were saying that, but now that people hear us, no.
All right, so
tell them what they missed.
You guys couldn't hear us because technical difficulties and computers are stupid, but we have all the 7 people that you've hopefully seen, and we also have the most delightful guest of them all. We got Mr. Waka Pale with us.
In a robe.
In a robe.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm sitting here
Wait,
enjoying
so this
the
one really
sunrise.
is good morning or good night?
We've all had the great pleasure of watching the sunrise from Sweden this morning. Oh, thank you for allowing us to experience that, Waka. There it is.
Well, it's as delightful as he is.
It is delightful.
So now that we finally got all these technical difficulties under control, why don't we get into some gaming stories? Because this is a gaming podcast. And
yeah.
first up, I want to hear from Waka. What you been up to, man?
Oh, let's see here.
Trying to
What gaming
wake
stories
up.
from the week, or
Whatever you want to talk about.
well, this week
Standing there,
I
doesn't
had
fall.
very little time to actually play games, which makes it a bit surprising that I earned 6,000 achievement, 6,000 gamer score in one day.
Good
Fi-
gravy.
Someone
Uh,
had the Rattle Like a collection.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I did.
Oh, man.
Mario,
start-
Skeptical
I
Mario
started
has
the morning.
has said to summarize the whole year. So go ahead.
I started the morning playing The Gardeners Between, which is the third Game Pass game I've gotten to so far. So I'm trying to get the value out of that. I've had it for 3 months or so, and this is the third game I played. Then
Correct.
I went
Nice.
to play Paradox Soul, which is totally a Metroidvania, but it's not classified
Yeah,
as such
Yeah,
on
Shane, get on
EA.
that.
Unfortunately, it's not very good. It's a bad Metroidvania, and I was not happy with it at all. Everything looks the same. It's and the
really
map
does.
is really useless. If you manage to find it, I heard plenty of people played through it, missed the map in one of the first rooms, and played through the game without it. From Paradox Soul, I booted up Mochi Mochi Boy, which was a
Oh, that's how you
decent
pronounce that.
puzzler, but it's not exactly visually impressive.
I mean,
I happen
he
to
works his
agree
way
with that.
around the board, but I mean, like, when he bumps into himself, he cries. I mean, it hurts. He bumps into himself. I mean, what more? I mean, the emotion in that game is just is off the charts.
Mochi Mochi.
Yeah, I started using the Y button to restart levels, which you shouldn't do because it takes you out to the main menu, and the menus are not very good.
You can
So-
hit X to restart the level.
Exactly, that's what
Okay.
I learned halfway through. So I did get through most of it, but I got stuck on I think it was the 28th level or so. The problem I had was that there are teleporter pads that you do not have to touch to complete the level. I thought you had to do it, so I was scratching my head and couldn't figure it out. It turned out that I shouldn't touch 2 of the tiles.
Right, time to confuse the chat room.
Yeah, I had the same experience with Moochie. Bills had to help me with those last few levels.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I
Mochi,
think
Mochi,
I
Mochi.
needed-
it got real in a hurry, man.
It
There was
did.
most of them I could do by myself, but there was 2 or 3. It's just like I don't know how to do this.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, guys. Tommy
Yeah,
said he beat it without a guide. Tommy. Oh, my
Yeah, it was the one.
Carpe
level
Adam,
where
too.
you-
See, look, Carpe Adam beat it without a guide, too.
Well, congratulations, you have more patience than me.
Yeah,
God, that's
the
lazy.
level where I think I would have figured out if I'd realized that you didn't have to take the teleporters.
Right.
That seemed to be my problem there.
Just wash it down with some snout.
No, I already.
And I had
played.
Oh, come on, Waka.
Instead, I went to Bird Game Plus.
Oh, that's all right.
Shut up, Saucy.
Oh, that game was so bad.
Yeah, at least it's over quick.
Rock, I have questions.
Those,
Sure.
those Bug Brothers, man. They took me to the woodshed, man. I had some problems with them.
I had no trouble with the Bird Brothers. What I
Man.
did
Oh man.
run into was the endless mode, where you end up with, I believe, a randomized boss, and I fought the giant snake. And to defeat it, you had to use a mechanic that I had never seen before. You had to pick up a spear, and then you had to use the LB and RB to attack it. And that was not explained at all. So I failed once, and on the second try, I got it. Had the same boss twice. After Bird Game Plus, I went to Attack of the Toy Tanks.
Wow.
Oh god, that game.
Nice.
That I know that people were not very fond of it, but I completed it rather quick. I didn't have much trouble with it. The thing with that game is that you should have patience and wait until the enemies round corners, because they really hit you fast if you show yourself.
Yes, their reaction time was definitely much faster than mine.
And some of the levels felt very luck-based, at least for me.
And there's several of those where the stages were like insane, and then it was like right after an easy stage, and then it'd be an insane stage, and then it'd be another easy stage. I didn't understand how they had them organized, honestly.
Oh, it was completely totally random.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
difficulty curve was all over the place.
Sure.
And from there, I went to Bouncy Bullets, which is a poor man's Lovely Planet. The biggest issue I had with that game is that you could not invert the y-axis. You had to, if you pressed up on the stick, you looked up, and I usually play it inverted. So that made it a bit more difficult for me. It was not too bad. I did enjoy it, but I would probably have liked it more if I could invert the controls.
I hated.
Wait, no inverted controls?
No.
What? No, that's.
Oh, Michelle's
right.
here. Hi, Michelle.
I am here. I take it very personally when there's no inversion.
Unfortunately, it had a Bouncy Bullets had a settings menu, but you couldn't access it from within the game. You had to back out onto the main menu where you could set look sensitivity, but you could not invert the controls.
Did you take a close look at the intro screen by chance? Because like I thought that the Bouncy Bullets, the enemies were those like little things at like at the car dealerships that like wave in the air. You know what I'm talking about? They like inflated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't come across any of those. Maybe they show up later when the
No, it's
achievements
like
run
what,
out.
all the enemies. No, all the enemies are these like the little dudes at the car dealerships. But if you look at the intro screen, there's like a little animal sticking out of the bottom of it. So it's like something with a bunch of teeth on it, and then they got like a little tube sticking out of its back. I'm serious. Go look at it.
See, I didn't pay that much attention to this game. I hated that game.
Got to savor
I
these
feel like
Ratalakas.
most people were just trying to get out of that one.
That one was horrible.
Oh, guys, y'all are just missing out. You got to savor this.
No, I think you're missing out, Elroy.
Yeah.
Out of the 5 I played, probably the best one was Bouncy Bullets or maybe Mochi Mochi Boy. The puzzles were okay. The graphics and everything around it, not as good.
We're not.
No, definitely not.
So which of those games did you have to beat the game in order to get all the achievements?
None of them.
I'm shocked.
I'm so glad I didn't have to beat the game or didn't have to beat Bouncy Bullets.
Not even Bird Game? I mean, not Bird Game.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to beat
The other
Bird
one.
Game.
That one would have been tough.
Paradox Soul.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you played 2 rooms of Paradox Soul, you've seen most of it because everything looks the same after that.
True.
Like Rick's 13.
Yes.
I look like Merle. Saucy Sling. I look like Merle. Maybe I shouldn't be reading these while I'm on here. But I'm a little hurt, Walker, that you played all these rat games and you didn't touch the snout. No,
I've already played the Iron Snout.
Oh man.
Finished that way back.
Oh, okay.
Rightfully so. That's like the best game Elroy's ever played.
Oh,
It
I'm
is amazing.
Dude, El, your camera froze,
froze
at the
at
perfect,
perfect.
time, right when it says eat. The only way that could have been more perfect.
You just
is if
have
it
to
said
leave that there
sandwich.
forever.
All right, good. I
Yeah.
could go disrobe then. No one will know.
I feel like after telling this story, I got like 6,000 gamer score, but my ratio is probably 1.05 or something.
Nothing wrong with
So-
that, my man.
I feel like I have to offset that with another story. You know that I like Chariot, and Chariot is a really, really tough completion. The final achievement that I got in that game. Oh, it wasn't. It was the second last. It's called Greased Lightning, which you get for obtaining a gold medal in every speed run. And this is very, very difficult, especially the final level, which the first time around took me 4 hours alone to get through. The time you were supposed to beat were 30 minutes. So I was a bit off. Just a bit.
Just a little
Yeah.
over.
You have to play that level a few times to get all the achievements, and I think it was the 4th time through that I went for the speed run. And I actually completed it in like 16 minutes, which was like, I think I was 6th on the leaderboard or something like that.
Oof.
On that specific level. And the Dreambreaker is one of the greatest platforming levels I've ever played, but it is incredibly difficult. The ratio on that achievement is 23.91.
Holy
Wow.
crap!
They go
The
that
game-
high.
The game score is
Elroy, did you know it went that high?
the game score is
Elroy's like, you don't mean
75.
1.2391?
Yeah, right.
No games I ever looked at.
Sorry, Waka.
The game score is 75, but the TA is 1,794.
Woo.
That's a really big one, and it probably took me around 50 hours. TA claims it took for me to complete the game, and most of the time was probably spent on the final level.
Man,
So
you
are
should
those-
save that one for G-Task.
Was that Rat Day your best day in gamer score ever?
Yeah, the Rat Day was.
Nice. You couldn't have picked a better selection of games.
Yeah, I think my
All
second
that's
day
gems,
debatable.
true
6,000.
gems.
And there's X.
What? No.
Oh, that's Jeffy.
And now I'm curious if that is my actual highest ratio achievement. I don't believe it is.
Wait, 23
Uh-oh.
isn't your highest?
I know what Pete's going to say.
it is now. It is now.
I was gonna say, jeez.
Yeah, my second one was higher before. It was the hardcore achievement from Killer Instinct, which XCS struggled significantly with.
Hey, we're not going to talk about that.
The funny thing here is that I completely wrecked Gargos on godlike difficulty, and I even have the training wheels on. I have the combo assist on, meaning that I just press buttons and the cool attack happens.
I should probably try using the training wheels.
I was waiting for X to just get angry because he can't get it.
Oh, I see.
I can't do it! I don't understand. So many people who aren't good at the game get this, and I can't do it.
Sounds
So
like
what you're
one
saying
of
is if
us.
I start the game, I might have a chance?
I'm just going
Oh,
to
hi,
give
Michelle.
anyone, if you want my login info, just do KI for me. Kill Gargos.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
now I
Waka,
need
there
to
you
try
go.
that.
Yeah. Also, Chip, these are whiskey stones, not a giant turd.
All right then.
Yeah, I do have one other story, but I should probably save it for another time. We have plenty of others to go through.
All right then.
We still have Elroy to go, too, so.
Right on, right on.
All right. Well, in that case, Nate, let's hear from
Yeah.
you. How was your week?
Oh, it was pretty good. I got to play some games, which was nice. Last week we were kind of
Yay.
handcuffed by the G task, so this week it was all about playing some games. And Rocker and I are looking to do Time Spinner, so I got to play that, which is fun. Love me a Metroidvania, and he was like way out in front. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were saying something. So I basically spent this week just trying to catch up to him, and I'm one achievement behind unless he's been playing right now. I can't tell. He's not. Oh, there he is. No, he's not playing.
Hands free.
Hands free. Okay. Then Smitty got there before both of us.
All right.
But so I've been doing that. Put some time into Burnout and Burnout, and I actually
There you
got
go.
all of the online stuff done. So thank you to everyone. Just off the top of my head.
Hey, can I get some
And by
help with that?
Top of my head, I mean my document over here. I got a lot of help from Mattism Beast, Middle Doughboy, Mike Pitch, and M's brother, who I forget his name, among others. Some of the
Freaky
people-
Servo.
Yeah,
Freaky Servo, thank
yeah.
you. And some other people here on camera. So thank you guys for that. So I'm done with that and can jump right on to the remastered sometime next year. For RTDL, I got to play some Dead Cells,
Next year.
and I had forgotten how much
I can't
I
believe
love
you
that
haven't
game.
completed that.
Well, see, here's the
It's
problem.
not a Metroidvania.
Fair.
Fair.
No. Okay. So here's the problem with Dead Cells is that if I really get into Dead Cells, I will never play another game. So I have to kind of just stay away from it. And just going in for the achievement I had for RTDL, I had a fantastic time, and I had to walk away from it. And then I spent some time with Hungry Shark World.
Hungry shark.
oh,
doo, 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 doo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard the song about that.
Yeah, it's very grindy, but it is a fun. I don't know if it's the Stockholm syndrome speaking, but it's kind of a fun game. Where you can kind of pick up and just work towards some of the achievements a little bit at a time. So if I've got 15 minutes, I can go grind one or two runs and maybe complete one or two or more shark missions. But
I have been so close to buying that game every time it goes on sale, and it's been on sale a couple of times. It's just like, do I want it? No. Yeah. No. And I always
recommend
manage to
you
get
get
something
it.
else.
Yeah,
Just
I'd
wait
recommend
until
you get
Game
it.
Pass.
Oh man, if that came to Game Pass, that'd be great. Of course, but at this rate, everything's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, right. Go Microsoft.
It's actually on sale. It's half price this week.
Open the tab. Open the
Just
tab.
saying.
Bing
Just
rewards, here I
saying.
go.
$5.
Thanks for following Black Buff.
So, but that's pretty much been my week so far. I've got some more grinding to do. I got to go back to some Time Spinner after this. That's me.
All right. Well, let's kick it over to Michelle. I would bring her up on screen, but she doesn't want to have a camera.
That's right. That's right. But who doesn't want to look at
Banana.
Superman the musical as composed by Freddie Mercury's icon?
Is that what that's supposed to
That
be?
is exactly what that is.
We've been working together for a year. I had no idea what that was supposed
Superman
to be.
with a boa, because it's that Freddie Mercury pose. It's awesome and amazing, and I think everyone wants to see it. I did not take a very long look at my gaming week because a lot of it was just kind of what I've been doing all along, working on Burnout, playing stuff to counteract the ratio from Burnout Paradise Remastered, so I can get that 1.5 ratio bonus from the G-Task last week. So the one thing I did take great pleasure in doing this week for my gaming, and I will highlight, is tanking Foof's aftercharge ratio by playing Aftercharge yesterday with Tom and Elle. So we got together, just the three of us, and I was really grumpy for the first 15 minutes because I didn't remember what I was doing, and Aftercharge is not that great. But once we figured it out, we got some stuff done, and there are things that, unfortunately, because it is out of Game Pass, it won't be so easy to recruit one or two other people, so we might have to play with a bot or two, but
Carnage.
we're
Hey,
coming
buddy.
for that completion, Kenny, and you're going to have to worry about your G-Task in the near future. But that was really it. It was, pretty standard, but that was really the best story I had, and I decided to go with brevity since we have so many of us this week. So I'm done.
What a great idea that would be for certain other hosts.
Well, this is more me ceding the floor to those other hosts. I know my place, so I'm good. Kenny, you can pass this baton right on along.
All right. Well, I guess I'll pick up the baton this time. So, along with Waka, I just dived into a couple of terrible games. Like him, I played Bird Game Plus.
Oh.
What'd you call it? Was it Moochie Boy? I thought it was Moki.
Yeah, I was saying Moki Moki.
Yeah, it's
Boy.
Moki Moki.
Moki? Okay, good.
Is it mochi food?
Yeah.
Aren't you a food?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say
I'm gonna go with
Moki.
Moochie
Is that a New York thing? Like the bubble tea places have mochi, right?
Sure. Is that like one of those
shop.
Mazarepas?
Moch.
You know, we'll call it that. It's a
Pronunciation.
Mazarepa.
Pronunciation.
What?
It's
Mochi
Masarepa
is-
Boy for now on.
It's a rice cake.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese rice cake. That's what mochi is. It's a food.
Oh, okay.
See?
And it comes often in different flavors: mango, green tea, red
Saucy
bean.
has posted a Wikipedia link. Whoa, saucy!
Thanks, Saucy.
Oh,
All right, so I played Moki Moki Boy this week, and
God damn it!
I'd say Japanese rice cake if no one said that.
so
Matriarch.
that was just meh. I mean, it was an okay puzzle game. It wasn't the best. I don't know. Honestly, I think the best part about playing all these stupid Ratalaika games is finally being able to just
Whoa, watch
uninstall
your
them
mouth.
and get rid of them. Oh,
What
don't even go.
what is wrong with you tonight?
This is for everyone.
Oh, and then the other one that like Waka played,
Did I freeze?
Bouncy Bullets. That was horrible. Bird Game Plus was horrible. Moki Moki Boy was
Ooh.
terrible. Yes,
I can't imagine you knowing how to use that over.
There are so many people that are
4 inches.
understanding
It
that
stopped
right
at
now,
4 inches.
and anybody that's going to be listening to this instead of watching is going to be highly confused. Yes, like Waka, I just went through the Ratalaika collection, nailed out a couple of
Yeah,
games that
boy!
I'm now able to hide. Thank God.
Yeah, so you
I think I played all 5 of those in less than 3 hours. I was just supposed to get 1 done to tank my ratio for the G task, and then I just kept going.
It's like once you get in that mood to play that horrible game, it's just like, oh, I might as well play one more. This is only going to take me another 20 minutes. Get it done and get it over with.
Yeah, and once I realized that I had my best day ever, gamer score wise, I just kept going.
All right, I'm the only one that watches SpongeBob. Yeah,
No,
Elroy,
I got
know
it.
you've been
What was I
waiting
supposed to say?
My daughter watches it too.
Oh,
I
good.
played that song many, many times in Rock Band when my niece was significantly
Yes, I did.
younger. That was the only song she would want to pick. So we'd have to come up with these agreements, like, okay, I can pick one song, and then you can pick SpongeBob. So
Okay, good. That didn't fall on deaf ears then.
no, not at all.
Elroy, I know you have been just dying to talk.
Oh,
Elroy
sure,
will-
yeah. I'll tell.
So because of that,
Coming
we're gonna go out of order and we're gonna pass it to X. How you doing, X?
I am Scotch number 2, so we'll see how the night goes. I have been playing a lot of Samurai Showdown. That's how they call it on the menu, so that's how I assume you're supposed to say the game. It's a reboot. We all know Samurai Showdown because we all play the Neo Geo versions.
Chin, tell us if that was right or not.
Samurai Showdown. Elroy, this one is not a 1,000 gamer score in 12 minutes. I hate to break it to you,
Oh,
but
man.
you're gonna have a hard time with this one.
Is it a gentleman's 720?
No, it's you can work your butt off for like 750, and then grind
Okay.
for the last.
Oh,
I like your 720, but no, Samurai Showdown. It's a reboot. They did very well. If you like fighting games, check it out. My main highlight of this week is Supermarket Shriek. Kelsey and I were bored one day.
Oh yeah.
Kelsey and I were bored one night, so we were like, what the heck, let's check out Supermarket Shriek. And what a freaking blast that was in co-op for the first 4 or 5 levels, and then it just became impossible and nightmare difficulty in co-op, and we were done with that very quickly. That was gonna like end our marriage right there, so we called that one quits. And then I played it solo, and I don't know. I had no problems. Levels 1, 2, 3. Level 4 was like yeah, bad. And then level 5, I couldn't beat a level, so I just called it quits there and got my Gentleman's 780. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. I haven't been playing much this week, so Samurai Showdown and Supermarket Shriek.
All right. Well, let's kick it to you, Elroy. Let's hear what you got.
Oh man. Well,
So we know you
I,
got something.
yeah. It's summer break, you know, so I have a few hours to kill here and there, and by hours I mean a couple days, and so I just sit here and play
Weeks.
games all day. Yeah, weeks and a couple months, but yeah. So this month I was on vacation there. I went up to Park City, Utah for my anniversary. 18 years. Whew, yeah, getting old, and so
Very old,
Congratulations.
and I am old.
yeah. So but I have had some fun recording some, or not recording, but I haven't recorded much. But I've been playing a lot of the RTDL stuff. I know my score doesn't show it, but I really had about
Possums just don't show it.
four. Yeah, I mean it's a down month for the possums. You know, we'll claw our way back. You know, just don't give up on the possums yet. And
Still playing dead. I gotcha.
yeah. And so there was 4 of them on my list that I didn't think I was going to be able to get. I got my list. I was like, man, this is like a who's who of just Chivos I never want to see again. And I just kind of bared down and I thought, well, for example, the Dead Rising 2 one, the Skill to Survive, where you have to tame that freaking tiger. That tiger, I've tried taming it back before I knew what TA was and all this and that. I had tried to get this achievement so many times. That freaking tiger, man, it mauled me so many times, and I just didn't think there was any way. And finally, I found this really good video, and so I knew exactly where to stand, exactly where to throw the meat, and my gosh, I got it to work. And then I had these 2 Tetris clones. One's called Anode or Anode.
Anode. I liked that one. That was fun.
And then the other one's called Quattros. And so they're both just basically, you know, Tetris type of games. And so I thought maybe I had, well, that one, Node is kind of like columns, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't think there's any way for me to get this one achievement, and then I freaking sat there and you have to like bring it down and get it to register a hit 30 times in a row, and you only get about 3 seconds in between each hit. Do you know which one I'm talking about, X? With the it's called Triaconta or something like that.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
God, that was a pain. But man, that was so lucky, and like finally the gems aligned, and I was like throwing them down, and it got real stressful. And man, whew,
I like how TI says it's like a 2 or 3 or 3-4 hour completion, and I probably spent 3-4 hours just on that one.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was not fun. And then the Quattros one, you had to get 500,000, and it's basically a Tetris board that rotates. So as soon as a piece comes down, you place it, and then it rotates, and then you got to place another piece, and then it rotates, and you have no idea, and you're supposed to be able to coordinate multiple lines and multiple dimensions, but I never figured it out. But anyway, I was able to get that one too. And then Super Volley Blast. Oh boy. That difficulty when you get to the Game Plus. Has anybody played that where the computer starts to try a little bit?
No, I have not.
Oh man, they figure out how to play volleyball all of a sudden, and boy, it's a fight. And so, New Game Plus, and there's even a New Game Plus, but I'm too afraid to even try it. But yeah, I finally beat the game on New Game Plus. I think I beat Ronaldo and Messi or something like that, or whatever the names were, like Trinaldo, and they change up the names and everything. But the thing that stuck out to me in my gameplay is Lego games and how much I freaking hate Lego games. I just don't understand Lego games. I understand people that I don't get it. I don't get it. So you play the game and there's like all these like secrets everywhere, like secrets. I mean, it's everywhere. Like you start a game and it's like you don't have any idea how to get all the freaking stuff, and you don't even have all the capabilities to get all the stuff. And so I drew on my list get the gold bricks. And so gold bricks is like in-game stuff, and decided to perfect the whole freaking game. And this was Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's a dingy little game, and I fired up the first level. I was determined. I was like, I got this. And so I played the first level. I spent like 2 hours on the first level, and I still didn't get the gold bricks. I was like, what is going on here? And I couldn't pull this out. Apparently I needed a different character. Well, I couldn't change the character because I hadn't beat the stage, and then I beat the stage and I still didn't have the character. It was just a nightmare. I don't understand it. I hate Lego games. I have banned every Lego game in my collection. I will never see it on RTDL ever again. And that's all I got to say about Lego games.
So Elroy doesn't know how to TA, and he doesn't know how to Lego.
I can't Lego. Oh man, I can't Lego.
I actually agree with L's son. Like, they're just too easy. It's like you can't die. It's just
it's annoying, man.
I don't get the Lego appeal to the games. I can see, if you have a young child to play with you might like it, but for me, no.
I used to play
like you're just going around, you're like destroying everything. Yeah, and you destroy everything, and there's freaking coins flying all over the stage. They disappear, and you got to grab them all, or else you don't get the gold freaking brick. But yeah.
Yeah, what was Waka gonna say?
I used to play the Lego games with my son back when he was 5, 6, 7 years old.
And a punishment.
No, he actually wanted to play them, but it was punishment for me, I guess.
Right, exactly.
Because they are technically co-op games, but he didn't play it that way. There's friendly fire, and the best part about the game, according to him, was to kill me over and over again. So we made no progress whatsoever.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, though, because some of my favorite gaming memories with Kelsey are playing Lego games. But it might mostly because I like to kill her when she's trying to do stuff.
Yeah, I used to enjoy those Lego games, and somewhere around the Pirates of the Caribbean one, like, they just lost me. They lost the thread. I understand they started making it so there were 2 development teams working on them, and they have sort of a distinct flavor between the two, ones that are more like hub-based versus other ones that are a little more linear. And then the last one I really tried was, I think, Marvel, and I never remember where I'm going in that one. I'm so done. Like, it's
That's the
a
open
goal at
world
some
one,
point
right?
to. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's open world-ish.
Yeah.
Because you still have levels, but there's a big hub area to explore as well with different things to do. And they do a great job with them, but I'm very over Lego games.
Yeah, the games have very low ratios, but I can't stand them. I can't stand them playing them for the time it takes to complete them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I look at the 55 hours or so it took me to beat Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and well, I mean, I look at that with everything and think there were better ways to spend my time, but that's a particular one that comes up very frequently.
Didn't they get better though recently?
I don't know.
I haven't played any of them.
They've started mixing up.
They can't get worse, man. They can't get worse.
Did you like it better before there was dialogue? Or,
Oh, I like the voice acting. It adds a nice touch to it.
Yeah.
It makes
I
me
didn't really
like
play
care
the
more.
Post ones, so I can't really speak to that.
I actually enjoyed the Marvel Heroes one. It was pretty fun.
Heroes
That
is
hub is
good. Kelsey and I are
confusing.
playing Avengers.
that
Well-
was really confusing.
To be fair, the Marvel Superheroes one is the first and only one I've played with Elle. The other ones I played on my own, so maybe that has something to do with
That
it.
explains it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we-
it.
We bought we bought the disc at launch with the 1. What the hell?
Yep, sure did.
I just thank God that they're not classified as Metroidvania.
Oh,
that'd be
man.
so great.
Waka Chin.
That Avenger ones, man, it's stuck on my tag. Some SAF member just fired it up, went rogue on me, and fired it up. I don't know. I didn't even know I owned it, and before I know it, it's on my tag forever.
We got to get one of the kids in a Student Achievement Factory to like put Halo MCC on your tag.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
god, no.
Well, even do it
Not-
yourself, Elroy.
Hey, I would make it a point to fail that child and never see him again.
You ruin their life forever. They never finish high school.
Oh
They're on the side
god.
of the road selling bottles of
Oh.
water for $1 just to make ends meet. All
Yeah.
because of Halo Master Chief Collection.
Man. God, I
I'm-
can't imagine having that. That would keep me up at night if that was on my tag.
Not what you did to the child.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Just MCC on Elroy.
Yeah.
I do have that game on my tag, and I have completed it, and I'm looking forward for Reach once it
Have you
arrives.
really? That's actually genuinely super impressive.
It really is.
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie. I've basically given up on that. I
It
look
is
at the last
way-
ones. And
That
it's
means
just like, I
Prue
don't feel
has
like
a
doing
clear
this.
path towards winning that little bet, huh?
Oh, I knew
It
Prue.
is way more difficult today than it was
True.
a while back. They keep changing
That's why I
how
gave up.
the game works, how the achievement works all the time. And earlier, the most difficult achievements in the game are called the lasso achievements. Well, legendary all skulls on. It basically
Awesome.
makes everything really, really difficult. And there used to be a achievement sharing thread where people booted up the final level. You just had to play through the final level or see the final cinematic, and both players got the achievement. Now you have to complete every single level on legendary with all skulls on, meaning you can't even see your weapons. You can't see how much ammo you have. You don't have regenerating health. You have to punch enemies to get health back. and you
it's
can't
terrible.
even see your punches.
Ugh.
At least in like
Yeah.
Halo 2, you can have the
Missing-
Scarab gun on, so it makes it, a tad easier. But no, I take that back because then in Halo 2, you also have the skull where all the enemies are invisible.
What?
That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
So,
We
I
took
think
full
you're just
advantage.
making
Sign
things
me up
now.
for that.
Ah,
Isn't that a-
some of them are invisible. I think just a larger quantity are invisible, but not all of them.
Oh, okay, that's it.
And you can see them shimmer, but
Yeah,
they're not completely invisible.
Yeah, it's the active camouflage, not the invisibility. I should.
Elroy, that's the equivalent of trying to play Iron Snout, except your Iron Snout isn't invisible, and all the enemies are invisible.
Yeah, well, I was just
I could
thinking-
probably complete it anyway. It's
I was
just
gonna say
rotate
it probably
the
would
stick.
be that much more difficult actually,
Well,
but that like hits Elroy
I tell you-
right in the heart, right?
Yeah, man. I can do y'all a favor, man. Just keep that thing off your tag and just fire up that game screen cheat. That's the whole premise of that game is that you can't see anybody, and it'll be over before you know it. So
All right, well,
and it counts the same.
why don't we kick it over to Corey because he's been
Oh, let me go.
unusually quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm busy fraffling over here.
You're not eligible. You're not
I'll go first.
eligible.
Every day
yeah,
is
sorry about
frappling.
that.
I'm gonna go first because Corey's got a better story than I do.
Oh, okay, then we'll get yours over with.
I actually did some bean diving this week.
Ooh.
I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it was diving nonetheless.
I still don't get that.
Yeah.
What it is or
Because
why
you're
people
only
do
I
it.
don't
20-minute
get it either.
game, so there's no
Yeah.
real reason to bean dive your games.
I don't know. Whatever.
You
Teach
don't know
them
what it is or why people do it.
both. Yes. Yes is
There's
the
this
answer.
site called TA.
Right. If you type True Achievements in on your browser, I have to assume you use Internet Explorer. That
Probably.
big blue E. Type in True Achievements and win.
Well, anyway, for the Elroys in the room that don't know, it's basically when you get the first achievement in the game and get it on your tag, since you bothered to buy it, and in such you tank your completion percentage and you try to work your way back up. And it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Even X understands it, I think. And,
So if you're just gonna go back and get it anyway, why not just not do it in the first place?
because just to get it on your tag, and you might say, "Oh, I want to play this now," and like that's basically the reason.
And
Or
there are
maybe-
games that
Well,
are
I
longer
think-
than 20 minutes.
I think the original reason was more like kind of airing out your dirty laundry of things that you purchased and were trying to pretend you didn't. It's kind of to make a clear face of all the games you had in your backlog, so you couldn't just ignore them because they were on the shelf still in the plastic.
Plastic. Who buys physical games anymore?
Well, it started in 2012,
No one.
2011, so that was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It still is for some people.
Mm-hmm.
I think your collection should have a digital shrink wrap to show
Yeah.
if you have started the game or not.
No, physical is better than digital.
Get out.
I just don't know where I would store the however many hundred games that are on my my hard drive digitally
Mhm.
in my house.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think
don't
Here's
have that kind of
here's the
space.
one physical game I own.
Iron Snout.
No.
Okay, I can approve. I couldn't tell which one it was, but I saw it said Pokemon, so.
Ultra Sun.
Oh.
Why
yeah.
is it blurring that out? Stop blurring.
Okay, I half approve of that.
All right, so
Oh, what? You don't
So-
want to talk
so
Pokemon?
Bean
That
Dodge?
was your story? You bean dove this week?
that was my story. Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Hey, you're right. That was boring.
I played.
Ow!
So my kids and I started a real great game, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer on the 360,
Classic.
which is 4-player co-op.
Who would have
Ooh.
thought?
I hear ice. And
Wonder who the
we
alcoholic is.
played through the first level, and that's probably all we're going to play. But we did learn something that, of course, this crappy game of all games, the achievements pop on all tags. So, you know what that means. I'm going to get Michelle to play with me against her better judgment. That'll be something to do.
That sounds like every gaming night for you two.
Yeah, you know. That's how it goes. I tried Crayola Scoot. And it plays kind of like Tony Hawk meets Splatoon. Right.
That's a fair assessment.
But it was really confusing because in Tony Hawk you jump with A, but you have to jump with the right stick, and it was really confusing for me.
Wait, what?
You never played Skate, I bet.
No, I actually never did.
Did you jump with the right stick and skate?
Yeah, that's like your footing.
You hold down to start the jump and then up to jump.
Yeah, you pop it up to ollie and you go around to do different tricks. Yeah. That's what made Skate revolutionary.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't remember.
That's what made it superior to Tony Hawk.
I don't know. I think I played the first.
It was hard.
First Skate, and that was about it. And at that time, I was too much. Tony Hawk is better. Ah.
Yeah, I think Rocker's the only one on my friends list that has here that has played it. I expected it to be very easy.
I played Skate 2, and you do jump with the right stick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Waka said it, it must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, now it's true.
Waka wouldn't lie to me.
But is it the left stick in Europe? I think they drive on the wrong side of the road.
That's in England.
Yeah, that's literally only one country, El. Come on now. What?
Wait. Have you been to IKEA? It's confusing, all right?
What do you walk on the left side of the island there? That's not what you do. You're just an asshole.
No man is an island. So then, I think Michelle had some hankering for some puzzle games. So we wound up with ACA Neo Geo Gururin, which is a match. It's a
It's terrible.
Tetris-y type game.
It's just
But
terrible.
Of
But
course
there's
it's
instead
terrible.
of
It's ACA.
It's
Well,
really
listen.
one of the
No,
weirdest
this
ones.
one is-
listen.
It's
I actually
just bad. It's
I
just
laughed
bad.
when playing it. Instead of pieces, there's people you drop in there, and then you can rotate
Yes!
the board, and they fall upside down and sideways.
Oh my gosh.
All right, instead of rotating the pieces, you rotate the board.
Yes,
So it's different.
and the pieces fall down, and a few of the achievements of the game are actually over a 1.5 ratio, and I managed to get the high score 5,000 points one, which X struggled with significantly, and
I hope that's not against the Mixer terms of service.
18 plus, 18 plus.
What do you mean? Oh, I got the finger. And I don't know. I kind of like the game. I still have to do the regular mode. But that you could use save state for at least.
I will say you can screw yourself really badly with that, though, if you save state in the wrong spot. And not like in the good way, but you can really mess yourself up.
Oh, okay.
I heard you get a little too excited over there, so.
All right, Corey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
Throw it to me.
You're on.
So this has actually been a year-long goal that I achieved coincidentally this week, and I hit the top 100 for Gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvania. Finally,
Man, my man.
yeah, it's been a journey. RTDL helped with that this month. I've been trying to focus on a Metroidvania a month, at least complete one, and I think I've been successful, except for maybe last month, just because of vacations and stuff like that. But went back at it this month and completed Yoku's Island Express, and then the next day had that leaderboard goal. So very happy that is done. And I don't have any more aspirations to get like super high, but I'm going to keep playing Metroidvanias this year. So that focus won't stop.
You gotta stay in the top 100 now.
Yeah. I mean, top 50 will be next, but I won't like track it super heavily or make a goal for it. It will probably come naturally. I would like to get number one in my state. Got to overtake that Stallion. and I'm very close to that on TA points. Gamer score a little bit more off, a few thousand, but it's a good chance I could have number one in TA within the next few weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. As Nate said, we've been playing Time Spinner, so that one will give me some good points. Just got some cleanup in hard mode on that one. And then I think I'm going to give Dandara a run for its money in this last week of Game Pass for July. That's what month it is?
July.
Got it.
Yeah. And then, so that was a really good thing that happened this week. I had another thing that happened this week, but I think I'll save it just for the fact that coincidentally, I did something very similar to Waka and Foof. I had a rat day as well, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're talking
Bouncy
Talk
Boy.
about it.
Boy.
That's it.
Moki Moki Boy and Siberian the Time Traveling Warrior, which happens to be the worst
classic.
one out of the bunch. Oh, I don't think Foof could complete that one, but yeah, that was a 3,000 point day right there. So,
Man, once you figured out how to kill those the fat guys or whatever they were, the big dudes, I don't know, the guys that were like twice the size of everyone, you had to like hit them, then dodge, and then hit them, and then dodge, and then hit them a third time.
well, the
You know what I'm
problem is on these rat games, I
Gotcha.
paid no attention to the
Yeah.
instructions. I did not know you need to time those hits. That helped
Yeah.
tremendously.
Yeah.
like crucial point numero uno.
You're telling me.
Instructions are
Good
helpful.
time, man.
Who knew?
You're telling me. Yeah, so that was the most exciting things besides playing and completing Daytona USA this week. So
Oh yeah.
Daytona.
Are we just all gonna sing now? Let's do this. Guest spot on my next track. We'll all have a guest spot on the next track,
Oh, fuckonomics.
except L.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
All right.
Hey, L's over here being a quick change artist.
Yeah, what's up
about?
with that?
What?
Every time your screen freezes and it comes back, you got a new horrible team to rep.
Why you gotta give away my secrets? Yo?
There's no shortage of bad teams in New York, so he can go all night.
That's sports
true.
ball for you,
It's true.
Corey.
Oh, I got it.
A worse tranny. Chip.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, the sun is up now. I got some nice lighting behind
Oh,
me.
good-
Now we get to see how
I was-
delightful Waka truly is.
That's not
This
the
is true.
sun. That's just his
Oh.
natural aura. He's
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah, that's his
glowing.
radio
Halo.
blowing out the window.
The delightful aura. Your
Go
rope
get-
has some kind of pattern on it. I didn't notice that an hour and a half
Yeah.
Go
ago.
get less
Very
sun.
nice.
It's like the Windows robe. Windows 98.
It's weird, I'm looking at Corey's screen and it's all dark, and Waco's over here and it's all light. Time travel's weird. Waco, you being 6 hours ahead.
He's got to get ready for work soon.
Fortunately, I'm on parent leave. Unfortunately, I'm on parental leave, so I will have to take care of my daughter soon.
Nice.
She will
Perfect.
probably go up when I try to go to bed.
As long as those windows are locked, I think you're good.
Seems
True.
legit.
No, she's figured out how to open them.
Oh, huh.
Oh boy. Duct tape. I hear duct tape works.
Duct tape.
Yeah, but not for very long.
You just need more duct tape. Then.
Yeah, but she goes through it really quick.
Duct tape her to the wall.
They have very sharp teeth. at that age,
I
so-
don't think I want to do that.
I can't wait to be a dad. I'll be good at this stuff.
Yeah, you got
Wow.
parenting tips from all these guys.
All right.
Yeah, it's really good when they say at daycare that, yeah, she's gotten a lot less suicidal. Yeah, great. Exactly what you want to hear from the daycare.
There you go.
Yeah,
Although I feel like that actually is what you want to hear from the daycare.
yeah,
Well,
but
that's
not exactly using those words.
It's an interesting reflection on how your daughters come along, for sure.
Reflection.
Yeah,
Not bad.
she's
Yeah.
actually scared of things now.
Speaking of reflections, we want to take this.
Whoa!
Nice.
That's
To
like a
reflect
really good like
back.
Sailway
Ninja.
right there.
Not
Yep,
Sailglass.
yep.
Oh,
Not
no.
so
Not
way.
Sailway.
Damn it! Stop pointing out.
It's not a
my
segue if you
segues.
point it out.
See, I wasn't going to point it out, but now that they pointed it out,
I work so hard on these things.
I appreciate it, Michelle. But either way, we want to reflect back
It's
on this past year. This is our
never
1 year
Subway.
anniversary special, so let's go to Elroy first. Let's get the long-winded guy out of the way first.
Oh, good. I needed a break anyway. I'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'll be back in like
go
20.
away for a sec.
Elroy, what has been
Gonna go
your
get a
favorite
pizza.
things on the podcast in this past year?
Well, like I guess it's kind of
It is difficult
get-
to pick.
it is difficult because like I realize my role in this whole thing is that I just kind of stay in the shadows and just do all the weird stuff, like the weird segments, and I'm gonna quote a brilliant guy who once said that basically my segments were the crap at the end of the podcast. And
That was all the people speaking. We don't think.
Yeah, we never
Probably,
said
yeah.
that, Elroy.
You're in the middle of the podcast.
Oh yeah, but that's right. But I understand. I like it. I like doing all the experimental segments, if you will. So we have
Definitely
the past year we've had VSS, Stay a While and Listen, Game Swap, Epic Reviews, whatever the hell the trivia thing is called, and of course,
Name's still
of
pending.
course, Achievement Wildlife Hunters. I mean, come on, that. But
Everybody's favorite segment.
oh, it is. It's got over 9,000 downloads already. So the I don't
That's
ever
where all
have
those
any
numbers
idea.
are coming
Already?
from.
Yeah, I know that's some fuzzy math, but I have no idea if some of these segments work. We get mixed feedback, and so if you like one segment, you might let us know one way or the other, or else we'll just keep doing the same old stuff. But I like to change it up. But anyhow, I
This
thought
is
it'd be
him
kind of
saying, "Please tell Penny I like
I'll just
Achievement
do more-
Wildlife Hunter," so he'll green light it for season 3.
Yeah, right.
He's already
More
picked
rat
out
poop.
another animal and everything.
Oh man, I got several. There's several. I mean, we still
I
haven't
have
even
no
tackled Donut County. I mean, come on. I know Rocker's ready to roll on that one. So
I'll hop on that one.
yeah, man, that's a good one now. But I was thinking about what were my favorite segments over the past year, and so obviously, well, I picked 3. But 2 of them are pretty obvious. Those were the possum and the coon episode of Achievement Wild Hunter. So that left just one opening for the 3rd one, and I put a lot of thought into this, and I thought, what was the one that really encapsulates the year? And so I came up with Level 9. So way back in, I don't know, when was Level 9? That was like in October or September. I think it was September. And so Level 9's
Right around
VSS. Okay. Now I'm sure no one remembers off the top of their head what Level 9's VSS was. I went back and listened to it today, and I enjoyed it immensely. And so I remember it well.
was it the rat
was
story?
no,
Oh, that was the first one or the second one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
really
way
early.
early on.
yeah,
I was
it-
setting the
right there.
tone right
Was
then.
it Giggle Pig eating the water bottles?
no, I think that was like 4 or 5.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so Em and I, we were trying really hard at the beginning, like to really get some nice, serious lists for y'all with best bosses and all this and best this and all. We were really going the straight and narrow, but I think at Level 9 is when it really started to change. And so Level 9's topic was top 5 Chivos to celebrate childhood obesity.
Top
5!
And I'm so
remember that
glad
now.
you said that, because this was, I went back and listened to it, and if you had no idea, like if you just first started listening to this show, you had got to think that what the hell is this segment? Because it is really when we turn the corner on the ridiculousness. So,
Oh,
and
yes.
the episode itself is just full of all kinds of just just great story jewels, like good stories, and picks are pretty good too. But we started off the episode by making fun of Alzheimer's and heart disease, and then there was a whole paragraph of food puns, and then at some point we talked about Tough Mudders, and then at some point I embraced some self-prescribed douchebagginess, and I talked about 10 minutes about being healthy. And then at some point I did a pirate impersonation, and then Em and I talked about the pronunciation of Nachi or Nochi or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
Yoki.
Yeah.
Yoki.
Yeah. And And then there was a really uncomfortable long read from the walkthrough of Food Run, where I just sat there and went up, down, left, right, right, up, down, and it just went on and on. And then we talked some sport talk, not sports talk, but spork talk. And then on top of all these wonderful conversation pieces, every once in a while the show just completely stopped. And adding to the absurdity was, I wanted to get X involved in the show around this time, and I think you came in around what, episode 10?
Episode 7 was
7.
Yeah, I guessed
Oh, okay.
7 was like a
7.
guest spot before you
Yeah.
started
Yeah, I
working
guessed it
more
in 7,
regularly
and
on
I
it.
was staff in 8. Like everyone loved me. That.
Yeah.
Aww.
And so in 9, I think we had already planned it out, and
Yep.
Yeah.
we wanted to keep you involved, and so I just asked you to record some stuff to just interject every once in a while.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
And so every once in a while, so we're talking, and all of a sudden it's about like, and at some point we talked about salads and all the different types of salads, and then you just come burst in, it's like, but I like milkshake, protein shake, and then you just like, I mean,
Wow, I
it's
forgot
just no
about that.
context, yeah, and then
No, there's a whole thing with the letter B, with like broccoli and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't even remember what I had, but I do remember. Put down that fork and trade it for some fork. I don't even. Oh man, what the heck did I do?
Oh man, we got
Put down that pork and trade it for a salad.
if you gotta go back and look those up, I'm sure they're somewhere, and you just gotta insert them randomly into this special. Especially the one where he takes top 5 childhood obesity, and then he like screams it, and I forget which word you carried on for like 10 seconds, and
Oh.
and then you even did it again with get 60 minutes of exercise. Like you dragged out exercise very long every day. But anyway, I would love to see those come back just for a one-time run here. And
I can do.
but you probably still have them saved somewhere.
I
But
think I almost guarantee that I do.
yeah, but that is the one segment I went back and listened to and thought, that was one of my favorites. So if you haven't listened to any of the archives or anything like that, first go listen to Achievement Wildlife Hunters. Amazing show. And then after you finish that, then go on to level 9 and listen to that VSS and relive some of the insanity of it. That was one of my favorite memories.
Insanity is a good word for those early VSS.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Well, how about
Congrats,
you, Corey?
Bilious Bubble 35, a long-time listener of the show.
What?
Anyways, I have been reflecting back on the podcast by listening to some old shows occasionally, and man, have we come a long way with these intros, I tell you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I had the music up, or the volume up, and as I was just trying to get the first bits of each episode, a DuckTales parody by Big L comes on, and what do you know it? My 2 young daughters just start dancing, and oh gosh, I've never felt so ashamed in my life.
Oh, come on.
Woo!
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think Rocker was so emotional.
That's it.
That's a
it. He
great
got
freeze
it
for
right
Bill.
there.
Choked up.
He's sobbing into his microphone right now. Yeah, this is an important moment.
See, this is the stuff that you guys get to see this time. Usually I do all the editing, and you don't ever see any of these screw-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
You know what? I think as an
Black
aside
man.
on what Elroy was saying, I think it's important also to thank people who have come on to those B-side segments who aren't necessarily a part of what we're doing here, just generally, because I don't know that that's going to get shouted out. So Freem being on Stay a While and Listen,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Brooke, who's been on the trivia segment that does not yet have a name.
Name still pending.
Yeah. So
Come
also
on, Mixer, give us a good name.
also Kronos, who has pitched in and helped us with reviews for sure. Like that's all. They're not here chatting at the moment, but everyone who's been on, whether it's them or guests in a more singular fashion, has contributed to, helping making this last year pretty exciting and keeping the content varied and I hope interesting to listen to.
And thanks to that one developer that Fufa interviewed way back when.
Yeah,
That was
from the
actually
Path of
Corey.
Lotus. That was very cool.
Oh, was it Corey? I can't
Yeah, it was
remember.
Corey for
Corey.
Yeah,
the
it's
Path of
Corey.
Lotus.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I missed it. What happened?
We were just
Apparently-
discussing
apparently
with
you
you.
re-
It's fine.
You're just
Apparently
gonna
you interviewed somebody.
I
You're
did.
gonna
I
insert that
forgot about
Bill
that.
and Ted time
Yeah,
warp
that's-
noise as Corey
man.
comes back in.
No, that's cool. Yeah, Skype just dropped me for whatever reason. Yeah, I do remember that interview. Oh man, that was not a highlight though. My highlight, I think, when I think about the podcast is really Discord, since that's where we spend the majority of our time. I like being behind the scenes and of setting all that up and just doing fun things, making fun commands for the bots and stuff like that. And
It's not so.
and even if it's for just a moment where only 4 people see it, that's just some of the most memorable stuff. But as far as the show itself goes, Achievement Wildlife Hunters, man, that is that is top notch content.
Oh,
It
man.
And
is. It holds up.
can't believe we got canned after shooting 2 episodes there. Not that we don't have ideas for more, but
Yes.
There is no doubt that there's ideas for more.
I do have one other thing that I kind of encrypted my answer there so nobody else would know, and that is what I like to call EST, and that is Elroy's story time. I enjoy that probably more than anybody else or any grown man should. Favorite one probably being the rat piss story. So
Oh
Oh
God.
my god.
yeah, classic.
Yeah,
My Uncle
Yeah,
Kenny,
one.
my Uncle Gary.
if you want to work, Sim, I got you at work, Sim.
I mean, you got
That should
emotion,
work.
you got life lessons, and man, I hope I could be like him one day.
You got dieting advice too. Like you could live a healthy lifestyle
Yeah,
just from
I'll-
listening to Elroy story time.
Yeah, but I'm only talking about it for 15 minutes on VSS number 9.
Childhood obesity is one of my top ones. Yep.
Yep.
It's everybody's favorite.
Oh man.
Yep. So, yep. Elle, I think you have some probably heartfelt memories, huh?
Ooh.
I'm glad you asked.
El,
You're like really putting him on the spot here.
I had to get that in there. Whoa, look at me. What the?
El, what the hell is wrong with your
Damn,
your
Mets.
camera there? We're gonna let's pull in Nate.
They added a Chick-fil-A pulls to City Field, and this is what happens.
That's,
All right, so-
that's the best thing you've had from the podcast. I
changed
that's
into
not
Nate.
bad.
1 year. Woo, yeah.
That's not bad.
No, echoing what Corey said, that the Discord has just been, besides a 24-hour distraction, it's been
For reals.
it's been wonderful forging all these new friendships, and I have so many private chats with so many different people, and I think all of them are just making fun of Foof, and
That would not surprise me.
I mean, ours is just you roasting me for not watching movies that you think I should.
Wow.
Well-
I feel like that's a private chat with.
I told you to
everyone
watch
other
Monty
than him.
Python and the Holy Grail, and you can make me watch just about anything, and I'll do it.
Wait,
I might hold you to that.
Hold on. X, you haven't seen Monty Python and the
Oh.
Holy Grail?
And he
Oh,
quotes
here
it.
we go.
He
Dude,
quotes
that
it.
is such an extra hero movie. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
If I didn't,
You know,
think
the
you'd like
best
it, I
part of
wouldn't
this,
say it.
like, quick sidebar. Sorry, everybody. Kelsey and I actually just talked about this the other day. I brought up my conversation with Elle. I'm like, listen, he says we need to do it. He says it's a very X the hero movie. We would love
Oh
it.
my God, you
We
will
looked
love
up a couple clips on YouTube. We watched it. We will watch the movie. I promise you,
And then you're gonna go in with high expectations and hate it on purpose, I'm sure. But
because that's what I do, of course. No, I will watch it. I swear to you,
Oh
I
my
will.
gosh,
watch it.
that is such an X the movie. X movie. It is so good.
I mean, it's definitely British humor.
Oh, it's so good.
I think what is likely to
Yeah.
happen is
I
you're
have
going
to
to have a lot of light bulb moments as you're watching it. Like, oh, that's where this is from. Oh, that's where this is from. Oh, that's where that's from. Because there's a lot in that movie that's quotable in a way, and you don't realize that's where it originated from. You got to keep a tally. Drink one every time that happens. to you.
One.
Now I'm more interested. I get to drink one every time.
Yes. Every time you can't understand
Cork
something someone says.
That sounds very dangerous.
Yeah. Right.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled the velvet.
Yeah, he quoted that the other day.
I know. I love that you guys roast me for quoting the movie I've never seen.
Wait, quote that? You'll know it?
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You
BSF.
did say that. I
There's
ended
several
it in.
references to it, just pop
You
culture
did.
references, but I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh.
It's early on. It's early on.
Ay, ay, ay. Who was talking before that?
I was talking.
Oh, that's right. It was Al. X,
Now
watch movies.
I want to know what. Yeah, Waka's talking. He's asleep right now.
No, I'm awake. I'm awake.
And of course, the random to-do list is a big part of what we do. But I've talked about that enough. So just wanted to thank everyone again. Saucy, I hate you. And
In the most lovingly way.
and then we'll
I don't
go.
know.
We'll have a foofquay over to you.
Oh my god. A foofquay?
Go get some sun. That's the
Go
other thing I
get
enjoyed.
some sun.
Oh,
I enjoy the dead horse. Sorry, Michelle.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
Good.
I will say, if there's ever a time to beat all the dead horses, I guess it's now because
Yeah, this would be the time.
So hurry up, say them all so we can get it done with. It's not Sailway.
It's never Sailway.
Thanks, Jables.
Couple of moments for me.
Which
for
looks like
me.
he's got to pee.
Couple of my favorite moments from this year. I want to go off the cop-out answer first, and it's just the community and the podcast itself.
Honestly.
The community that we've built, all of the friendships that we've forged. You know, like Elle was saying with the Elle and Corey were saying with the Discord. You know, Discord is my most used app at this point.
Oh yeah.
I think when I go through and I look at the battery usage, like if I don't know, Facebook's at 10%, my messages is 5 or whatever, Discord is like 50 or something like that. Like being in Discord all the time is so much fun. Having all the different friendships, the boosting groups and whatnot, and then obviously the podcast. You know, every Tuesday night or early on, whatever night we had, because this bounced back and forth all the time. You know, it's just been so much fun recording this, and hopefully we've all gotten better at this. I think we have. I've been listening to those older episodes, and whew, God bless anyone that goes back to them. As much as I,
Or anybody who got through them the first
There's some
time.
good content in there, man.
I mean, I feel like I should be the one that's saying, yeah, go back and watch those other episodes. Give us some downloads, you know. You'll love it, but I don't know if I can wholeheartedly agree with that.
Just start at episode 30 and you'll be fine.
Yes. Right around 25-ish, we kind of got the idea of how this worked.
No, episode 24, because we all know how important episode 24s are.
Boop.
Hi,
That
Prue.
other dead horse thing.
Boop.
Okay.
Prue is on it.
Yes, Prue was on it.
Who cares about him?
Oh.
One of my favorite things.
Use your special ability.
One of my favorite moments from the past year is, and here comes these jokes. I hit the 100,000. I hit the 100,000 mark. Being on the
That was over
podcast
a year ago.
definitely helped me.
You
Help
over
push me to
101
get
yet?
to that. No, I hit it on the show. I don't remember which level. I don't know.
Yeah, the
He hit it
Cronus
on the
got you
show,
up to
but it was
101,000.
before. It was before the new year, which is when the whole Foof in a Year thing started. So it definitely
Right.
happened sometime between July and December.
It happened. Yeah, it happened sometime during recording.
It's got to be close to the anniversary of the Foof.
Probably.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I like how that became a saying though. The foof. You know,
Yeah, right. That's a legitimate thing because
it's a
of you.
legitimate. Yeah, it's a legit measurement.
insane that that's
100,000
become that.
is the foof.
It's not legitimate until we start hearing like, unless this is happening because I just don't pay attention to TA. Until we start seeing like Smirnoff and Stallion and all these
Listen,
other guys.
forget
that's like-
Smirnoff and Stallion. Redemption and Sangrias and Carnage, who hang out in Discord, all know what a Foof is.
Ah,
That's
heck
good enough
yeah.
for me.
Crap.
You're a unit of measure.
All right, so Redemption says I guess it's legit.
I took my truck in. They asked how many miles. I said, "Oh, it's getting close to a foof." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
That's awesome.
Oh man, this needs to get in the Webster's dictionary now.
Yeah.
Can anyone add something to Urban Dictionary?
I'm sure we can make that happen.
Oh man, but I think the absolute best part about this show is that the show is on Pornhub.
That was hilarious.
There's a couple people listening to this are going, "What?
What?
I can go see Elroy on Pornhub? Let me look that up."
You might find some other videos too. Whoa!
So according to Fug, July 28th, a mere 5 days from now, is your anniversary of the Foof.
Wow,
All right,
that's a
we'll
big
take
day
that.
coming up, man.
Wow. Wow. And what are you at now? 102,000?
103. Get it right.
Oh my god.
Yes, we totally heard that because it totally didn't just break up.
Okay. I thought you started singing.
I just heard robot noises, but
Auto tune.
Ax, what about you? What was your favorite moments from this past year?
I mean, I gotta be blunt. My favorite moment was just joining the podcast. Elroy kind of alluded to it earlier. I had a guest spot in episode 7. I think around episode 5, Elroy just randomly messaged me on TA to congratulate me for a milestone. So we were chatting, and then he invited me to the Discord. It was Internet Predator 101, things that you don't do, but I did them anyway. So I came to the Discord. I fit in. That's not like a brag thing. That's just you guys are great people. They were always like, "Oh, we got to get y'all on the show." So I joined the show as just a guest, and I don't know. I guess people really liked me. I fit in. I don't know, but
That's when we found out you weren't a girl. Elroy
Yeah, I
told us
thought you were a
girl.
woman at one point. I was like,
yeah, I
because you had like some avatar of some.
who did I have? I had
It was
Cassandra at the
Assassin's
time, I
Creed, I
thought,
think,
right?
yeah.
You kept saying something that I was like, I don't know if a dude says that. I forget
Wow,
what it
thanks.
was.
Thanks for that.
El,
But
El, I just pulled your camera back up on screen, and you've changed again.
What? Too
What
many
is-
jerseys done. I was hot. Nothing good. Nothing good. Nothing good.
It's just. Oh yeah, nothing good. Go ahead, X.
yeah, so I'd never really done anything like creative writing for, listening or anything like that. So when I did my guest spot in episode 7, top achievements that would make for a good skate park, that was
Oh, that was a good
completely
one.
new to me. That was just a blast. I had fun doing it. And then I got the chance to do this, every week, every couple weeks. And that was almost as delightful as Waka. I just genuinely look forward to recording every week. And, it was genuinely an honor to be a part of your little clique here. And, 45 weeks later, I feel like I'm, part of the crew. But when I first started off, it was like, oh man, I gotta like walk on eggshells. And these are like hardcore like podcasters and I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I just fit right in. It was awesome. So I'm glad I found
You got to
guys.
walk
love
on
you,
eggshells
Ed.
around this crew.
We love you, sexy Exy.
Thanks, sexy L. But I figured that out quickly. I can kind of do whatever I want. My other thing is I got to chat with some of my achievement idols before joining the podcast or anything. I had people on TA that I would like follow and like get really into their like developments and what they're doing. So shout outs to Redemption
X is a
Denied.
stalker.
Just a little bit of a spocker. So shout out to Redemption Denied, Awoo, and Sangrias. I followed you guys, your
X.
Twitter, your YouTube, your, all your videos and your channels and whatnot, and your guides and your solutions and everything there is to see. And I was just always blown away by some of the things you guys can do, especially Awoo. He's pretty sure he's not human. He's like a platform god. And now I get to chat with these
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like anytime I
He's
want.
just a Cronus.
Yeah, right.
I
don't
think
know,
there's
it's
only
weird,
one
like-
X Povos.
You mean it's not pronounced Kronos? Where have I been?
Oh, it's ex Provo.
Ex-Provost, right?
My
So
God.
I don't know, just all these people that I watched like remotely on TA like a total stalker. Now I can have conversations anytime I want. I chat with Sangrias all the time. I've chatted with Awoo a couple times. Red's usually busy playing games, but we've chatted a couple times. It's just nice to sort of watch all the people or transition from watching all these people to chatting with them. So I like that. It adds like a human element to it too. My biggest shocker in that sense, and not like the sexy shocker, but the regular shocker, is that Sasha Morning is a dude.
No way.
I still can't get over that. Like,
Get out of town.
I watched years just because he's like local at like he's a what? I can't handle this. Sasha Morning is a dude. It's not okay.
Yeah, we said the same thing about you.
Yeah, apparently. I think it's all the smiley faces I throw in. Apparently that makes me very feminine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When I first joined the Discord, I searched for myself, and I remember Elroy saying like, "Just talk to someone on TA. Might be a female." I was like, I don't know what the heck I did to make him think I might be a
I don't know.
female. But look, I'm definitely not a female here, so whatever. I don't know. But
I'm glad you came though, man. Appreciate you.
Wait, am I,
of course.
My camera.
But all that aside, I think my favorite thing ever is just clashing with Big L because L, you
Aw.
are the biggest asshat I've ever met, and I wouldn't do anything.
Right back at you,
Seconded.
buddy.
Love you, buddy. So the best part of this is that we do all our clashing in public chat, like general or boosting or whatever, and then our direct conversation is quite social, quite friendly with each other. So that's where I'm at.
Like Jersey sucks. I agree.
I like that you were quick to point out, and I will full disclosure here. As much as I roast Jersey, I eat the water off the Jersey Shore, so I guess it can't be that bad.
Could you smell things from there?
I did, and the flesh-eating bacteria was, very present. But my flesh is okay. So,
So you're one of them. You're immune to it.
yep,
Maybe.
It's amazing, I was just talking about how we've grown and gotten better. It's amazing how X has just said "oh woo" like 17 times, and L has not sang his voice once.
right.
What are you talking about? Who know?
No,
But we will never move past
Woo!
thank you.
that. I had to take my headphones off for that one. That one hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So,
That was-
Waka, you've been quiet.
Walk is awake now. He was just-
Are you awake over there? Now does it sound-
I'm really, really tired right now.
It's struggling. Man.
My iPad is very tired as well. It's gone to sleep. Crap, I have to do this from memory. Oh, no, but... Well, back when you started it out, you did your very first episode 0, and then I was approached by, I don't know who, can't remember, and was asked to do one of my quickies of the week for the podcast. Earlier, I had been hanging out in the Said to Said Discord, and every week I posted some tips
that's
how
right.
to get through the week. And that turned into a podcast segment, and I had no idea what I was doing.
None of us
Now.
do.
Yeah.
No,
We
That's
just
fair.
kind of get on here and
Yeah.
take the breeze. I mean, Elroy held us up for 20 minutes while he, tried to get his microphone working.
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
fortunately, I got better at it. English is not my mother tongue. I don't speak it every day.
And
so...
you still speak it better than Elroy does. So.
Yeah.
Come on, my man. Come on.
I don't have any problems writing or reading, but speaking I do not do very often in English.
Did you teach everyone in Sweden about what a June bug is?
No, I missed that particular conversation, so every time that comes
Wasn't
up,
that
I'm
party?
sort of scratching my head.
That's on the syllabus down here.
We were here and we still don't know what it means, so it's okay.
We'll get Prue on to help discuss that.
Philip Wendell.
No, but it's been really fun. I never thought I would do something like this. I'm very busy living my life right now, and
That's one way to put it.
I still think it's really fun to jump in, spend a few hours a week to do something for the podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of forgot that in the Z, the Z to Z Discord, you would do your little quickies of the weeks updates for GTask. I forgot that's how this all got started.
Yeah.
Now, just
It's been so long.
In case your iPad still hasn't awakened, just in case you wanted to speak about these things, you had also noted Game Club and Crimson Keep. So did you want to speak a little as to both of those?
Fufu, he came up with the idea of a game club, and he had several suggestions, and I said, these are bad suggestions. I don't think you should do this. And then I took Soma was on sale, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. I can probably trick a few people into playing this. And so I did, and actually several showed up, and even more played it outside of the podcast. And everyone that played it seems to have enjoyed it, including Matriarch, who was very skeptical of its walking sim nature.
Absolutely, I have definitely mentioned that on the show, but I enjoyed it a lot. As someone noted, I wish I remember exactly who, when you recorded, I could have done a lot without some of the underwater walking sections, but the atmosphere and the story and all, it was really cool. It was a really great choice.
Yeah, and then I went on to something similar, still very darkly thematic, with Spec Ops: The Line, and several people who joined me they knew of the game, they didn't know what was going to happen, and it was fun hearing their reactions to that game.
Especially that game, because I've heard nothing but good things about Spec Ops.
You gotta play that, man.
I do.
It's so good.
I gotta finish it.
Really good. Well, the story is really good. The mechanics they're okay.
You can overlook mechanics if it's a good story.
Elroy does it once a week with Radaleka.
That's the fusion of both, man.
just as a note here, Philip Wendell, who is hanging out in the Mixer stream, has mentioned that he would not have played either game without the game club. So it just shows it works, and that's really, really awesome. I wouldn't have played them either without Game Club. So I've definitely appreciated the work you put in, because also, as a FYI for folks who aren't aware, while Kenny does do the majority of editing, Corey does pitch in as well. Nate pitches in as well, and Waka actually edits his own segments. And
I highly appreciate that.
Those of us here who are sitting with our mics and at least pretending we're doing this, Waka has to deal with folks who are recording on their phones in their cars and things like that, and still cleans them up and gets them ready for the show.
Looking at you, Chip.
Definitely appreciate that you did that, Waka.
Yeah, Chip was not the one recording in the car. I'm not going to call out names here, but yeah, that was a pain to edit.
Can't be worse than a click pen, I guess.
Yeah.
Whoever would bring a click pen to recording?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, the game club will start up again.
Put it away.
I was hoping that someone else would pick up the mantle and keep it going for a while. I will not be able to start it up until September at the earliest. We have two potential games right now. One is Azura's Wrath and the other is Catherine. Both are on sale and backwards compatible right now on the Xbox Super Sale. So if you want to play any of those games, I recommend you pick them up. Even if it's not for the game club, they are still really good games.
Both excellent choices, by the way.
Azura's Wrath.
Michelle, you started Catherine.
I did start Catherine. It is very strange. Very, very strange. The puzzle mechanics are interesting, though. I hadn't quite expected the game to play like that. And I'm not going to go into it too much.
I don't think anyone expected the game to play it like that.
But yeah, it's for $4, even though I've only played it for about an hour, I already feel like I got my $4 worth, which is a bit of a strange commentary, but it definitely engages you right away in what's going on, which is kind of cool. A lot of games, like sort of like Spec Ops has that problem, right, where it still looks and feels generally like most of the games in its genre. So, you know, if you don't give the story a chance, if you've seen one, you've played them all. Catherine does not get confused with anything. It is very uniquely its own thing. So and for $4 in the game sale, it's well worth it.
Yeah, and I put my discs away. I have them on disc, both of the games, but I put them in some boxes, and I don't know where they are. So I bought both of them digitally just
Oh, nice.
in case I'll need them.
Easier than looking through all the boxes, especially if contractors did something with it. You'll never find it again.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. We have them in storage right now because we're going to sell our house soon.
Oh man.
So we'll see if I get them back.
Hopefully you do.
Fingers crossed for you.
I also want to make a special mention to one of the reviews I did that was very much appreciated, it seems. We don't have a system for assigning reviews to people. We just throw out a title and see who picks it up.
Yep.
In this case, I didn't do any due diligence. I was offered to review Crimson Keep, a game that I knew absolutely nothing about. I only knew that a lot of you guys had passed up on it for reasons unknown to me. So I started the game and
watched the trailer first.
I went in blind. I started playing it. I heard that it was a roguelite, and that's all I knew. I went in. I played a bit of it. It was technically it worked. It was not broken, but the gameplay didn't feel good at all. I was convinced I was doing something wrong because I kept dying and dying to the first or second enemy over and over again. Then I found a shield in the tutorial area and I got a bit further. I completed the first level out of 7. But then I got completely stuck on the second level. I couldn't figure it out, and I never do this usually, but I went online and looked at others' reviews of the game. And those reviews, they are really good. One of them opens with, I've probably spent longer typing this review than actually playing the game. It's that bad. And then went on to criticize it in a very level-headed fashion. It was not hyperbole. It was valid criticisms, all of it. The game is incredibly difficult. It's boring as well, and the user interface is really, really awful, and there's a lot of naked pigmen running around.
What?
Iron Snout? What?
Naked pig men. Come on.
Okay.
If we can make a positive about the game, though.
There's
Yeah, there's
the battle cry. Come on, let's hear the battle
Come
cry.
on.
Let's hear the battle cry.
Yeah, the battle cry is something else. We have used it as a sound clip a couple of times. The description does not match the actual output. Something like that. I looked at a few reviews and none of them got further than the second level.
Oh.
So for some reason, I decided to persevere. I would never do that unless it was for the review. And I somehow stumbled into a glitch. You mostly use melee weapons, swords and axes and things like that, but they are really difficult to use and you go down really quick. But there are wands with charges that you can use for a limited time before they run out. But if you just drop them on the ground and pick them up again, they recharge magically, making the game very much easier. Apparently it doesn't get easy enough since I'm still the only person on TA to have completed it and probably the only person on Xbox for that matter.
And that's super awesome, by the way.
That's
Just throwing that out there.
awesome.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I would never have played it if it weren't for this review, and I have some bittersweet memories from playing that game. Yeah, I think Stockholm Syndrome definitely kicked in because I really wanted to see it through once I realized that it was actually doable.
You kicked that game's ass, man.
Yeah,
Proud of you.
Crimson Keep is definitely a trophy case game for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
and,
111 track gamers on TA right now. One has completed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
yeah, and I
It's
don't
right
think
here.
I don't think many more will do. Shindok I might, but I don't think
Yeah,
anyone
he's
else will be able to do it.
You still got it first, even if Chin for some reason decides to do it.
Yeah, and it's the only game that I've been the first to complete, so that's cool.
Being the first to complete a game is pretty awesome. Being the only one to complete it is
Yeah, that's
cooler.
even cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't
more
even
awesome.
start it until 2 weeks after release, so it wasn't that I didn't have any competition.
That's awesome.
We're raffling Crimson Keep?
Oh my god.
What's happening?
Why
We
would
we
why
wouldn't
would
do
you
that.
do that to anybody?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
We would like people to stay and listen.
Oh.
Yeah, we're trying to gain
Oh.
subscribers, not the
Oh.
opposite.
Well,
No.
how about you, Michelle?
All right. So I had a couple of things I wanted to mention too. So one thing is obviously I enjoy hearing all of our voices, but I've really enjoyed also hearing some of the other voices from the community. And I touched on it a little earlier, but chatting Extra Life with Doughboy and Mario was
Doughboy?
awesome. Chatting, Sasha was on an early episode. Carnage has come on and spoken to us. So all these,
Skeptical Mario.
I mentioned Mario. Thanks for listening,
Ah.
El.
Yeah,
Oh,
way to go,
boy.
L.
Literally mentioned him 2 names ago.
Like 6 words, if that.
Sasha
Uh,
Morning.
Oh,
Sasha
Dude,
Morning was
by the way.
episode 6.
Carnage.
Carnage was episode 5.
Did you mention redemption?
Chip.
Chip, yep. I was going to
You did
mention
say
Chip.
redemption.
Chip was a little hard to hear, so that's understandable.
Redemption was on as well. Mango, who hasn't been on in some time, but remember he kickstarted this with us. And Tom never was on the show, but Tom was also active in the background of the show. So all
Cronus
these other,
as well.
well, yes, Cronus as well, who's done some reviews for us. So it's been a lot of fun to have all these different people involved and see them be a part of it. And I hope as we go through the next year that we'll have more ways and avenues to hear other voices on the show.
Absolutely.
Yes, Freem, obviously, on Stay a While and Listen, mentioned Prue earlier on episode 24, which Elle will tell you is the best episode of multiple podcasts, but I'm not going to say that line.
Who else did Game Club?
Dino Bill's been on
Yeah, Dino,
Game
that's right.
Carpe
Club,
Adam.
Carpe
Philip
Adam.
Wendell.
Ben L.
Philip Wendell, Ben L, Chip.
Channel.
Yeah, there you
So it's been awesome hearing all you, and it's great to have all you contributing because
go.
many of us will point to the Discord, and I'm going to do that in a minute. But one of the things we really aimed for when we decided we were going to do this back in our really, really terrible days around episode 0 through 30, we really wanted to have a sense of being more inclusive or being inclusive about the community. We understand that we're a niche community within a niche community, right? There are only so many people playing Xbox games for achievements, and playing the way that we play is also different. So I think that we have succeeded in bringing that sense of things of community to everything. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick is I think the boosting channel may be one of my favorite channels in the Discord. And obviously it's not necessarily for the conversation, but it's for that sense of, for example, today Bomber37 joined the Discord, brand new in there, needs help with Surf series. I don't even remember the name of the game because I hadn't heard it before, but he literally said, I need help with this game. And there were a couple tags. And then within a few hours, somebody, Jimbot, not Pakistan, Jimbot UK, he stepped up and helped him. So that's been one of my favorite things is that at here, anyone can help this person with this. And pretty much universally, somebody shows up and does that. And as an extension of that, some of the boosts we've done too have been super fun. Hawken was super early,
Oh my god,
but
it's the best.
that rush of getting everyone together and communicating it through and shepherding people through these quick boosts and all that. It's because the community has been so great to have. And so I'm excited for us to play more games and work on more projects and hear more voices in the next year.
For sure.
Hey, Waka, what did it sound like Chip was recording from?
It sounded like he was going down the highway in a bathtub. Yeah, the audio quality. I think I still have his recording, and that thing was awful.
We love you, Chip.
Not your dogs.
But that's not going to get old.
Apparently, he lives next to a highway, and he recorded with his window open.
He's still in the bathtub.
Yeah, on top of a lawnmower or something. Because it was some really bad noises.
Oh man! But I think he's still on here. I don't know. I haven't heard him in like forever. Nate, you with us?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, good.
Beard is still on, intact.
Beard is still on.
He's just irritated that everyone's taken his answers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, going to the very bottom, and it's just like,
He's just opening tab.
Which, speaking of Nate, before you give your answer, if you're in Mixer chat, invite your friends. 10 more viewers, and he's going to shave his beard.
minus 8 people that are already logged in that are hosts, and the fact that I'm not going to do it even if you get the 50.
That's false advertising. That's a Better Business Bureau kind of thing. Come on,
Nate.
One sidestep though, before we pass it to Nate. One other thing that we have picked up over the year, just like we've picked up the foof over the year, is the idea of opening tabs. And things like that are fun too, right? Like when we talk about our sales, like, well, what tabs do you have open? And that's totally a Nate thing that we've all borrowed.
Yes.
I apologize for that. And your wallets.
I don't apologize for the foof. Go ahead, Nate.
So my memories of the podcast are obviously when I was, I guess, on Z2Z like version 3. And kind of helping them out, not an official host, but kind of helping them out every couple episodes. And then you guys were starting up your podcast, and Elle asked if I would like to come over and maybe do a review or two. I said, free game, yeah, let's do it.
Tab.
Yeah, so that sounds awesome to me. For me, like I remember those early episodes, like with Expo and with Waka. Just kind of just doing those early reviews and getting those in. Let's see, that was 10 months ago. So I have not been with you for the whole year. And it looks like my first panel was in December, early December, and then kind of started doing things on the regular around December 20th. So it's about 7 months for me. So it's been a fun time. And the other things that are most memorable to me obviously are the boosts. I love getting together and the boosting channel or whatever, or the Monday channel that we create because someone mentions a game. Those are fun to jump in on and kind of knock out. And remembering Hawken, Titanfall, Burnout, After Charge. I know I'm missing a bunch.
Oh, there's so many boosts.
Yeah. The free game weekends. That's kind of a me thing. I don't know if anyone else ever got hooked by those. But I do like talking about them.
Yeah, you started and completed Tekken 7, didn't you? In a week.
Yeah, Tekken 7. Then there was Mech City Brawl, I think was one. And then there was
that one.
Dead or Alive. But they just gave that one away. So, but there have been a couple. Bomberman. I got about 90% of Bomberman.
Conan.
Wow. Thanks, Fug. Oh yeah, then there was the Conan. So those free weekends are fun, and it's great to have a.
Did you say Tekken?
It's great to have a community that of morons that are more than happy to just jump on these things and knock them out. Because my daughter's too young right now. My wife just thinks I'm crazy. So, I'm glad for the community to be able to get that done. Gosh, jeez. The fact that the foof is a thing is pretty funny. Everyone kind of jumping in on Metroidvanias, and I know you're sick of hearing me talk about them, so I won't. But I'm glad that to see,
Don't
don't say
my interest in that maybe got some other people to check them out. I know that some people said that they had never played a Metroidvania before, which blows my mind.
Guilty.
Yeah, but
Arkham Asylum's good.
glad that maybe people got into a new genre and appreciated some new games just because I vomit at the mouth about Metroidvanias. So, but yeah, it's been a great time, and I'm looking forward to all the other shenanigans going on in Discord and future boosts.
So another aside, it seems like the chat on Mixer is not debating, but has commented as to whether or not Waka is now an angel or an H-bomb has just dropped outside of his window.
That's the sun coming up.
We're gamers, we don't see that much, so
It is
it's important.
So sorry if Angel Waka is a thing now.
Yeah,
Absolutely a thing now.
the sun don't leave me alone for a couple of months during the summer.
You
Then
get
I won't
6
see
hours
it
ahead
during-
of us.
Yeah, I won't see the sun for a couple of months.
That doesn't sound too bad. I know I wouldn't mind it, but go get some sun, Kenny. Yeah. Shut up. All right. Well, it has been a fantastic year. X, where's your drink? To many more.
Too many more.
There it
Oh
is.
no.
Probably should have done that, but here I am. That was number 3, by the way.
Where's your pants?
I will not pan down
Oh,
because I
okay.
might not be wearing any.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he's
saw
in a
it.
robe, so we may already be breaking Mixer terms and services. One thing that
He looks
Good.
amazing.
Do terms and services apply to angels?
Do they apply to heroes?
Above the law.
All right, well, we're going to get on with the contest corner, but we're going to kind of shorten it this week because, we see the sun in Waka's camera now, and I'm sure he's getting very sleepy.
Right? This poor guy has to fall asleep to the sun rising.
Well, I think my daughter will get up as soon as I try to go to bed, so I will probably not sleep anything
I am
tonight.
so sorry. Get some Benadryl.
Go look at the Discord. Foof.
No.
Really?
Yes. So we do want to mention one contest. We've mentioned it a couple of times. We want to hit it real quick. Is our RTDL roundup. There's 2 people that we want to give a big shout out to because they have gotten their full combos this month.
Combo breaker.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
a new
Game that I
challenger.
can't beat.
The first one that we want to shout out is congratulations, Chin Doctor. Although I'm pretty sure he's cheating because he can re-roll anything. So 50-50 shot on if that was legit or not. I don't know. There may be some collusion going on there. But the second big one that we have to mention, especially because he's right here, is Corey. Corey got his
Yeah.
full combo.
This possum woke up.
Combo.
You posted like 12 achievements in the span of an hour.
I mean, just kind of got lucky with those.
They were all RNGs.
Yeah. No pre-planning on that one. I'm glad it's over with. Now I got a week to do whatever. So that's 3 in a row, though, just to toot my own horn.
It's Symphony of the Nighttime, sir. Symphony of the Night.
I did promise you that once I hit my
This is
Metroidvania
perfect.
goal.
Oh, come on.
Dandara first, then Symphony of the Night.
All right,
about
that
that?
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because who would let a Game Pass game leave Game Pass and not play it?
Hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Only a fool would do that.
Exactly.
Only foof.
Especially when it's a multiplayer game. But other contests that we want to mention very quickly is the G-Task, or as Elroy says, the G-Task.
Which is a thing now. That is a thing.
A great
It's a thingy.
It's a
It's a turny thing.
You stole my thunder there. I was going to say that, but I guess we'll just continue. If you are in it, we are on the team side for the bonuses this week. The bonus this week is actually kind of simple. With your team, all 3 members of your team, you just have to hit at least 150 achievements. So hit up them
Easy.
real quick. Elroy, Master Chief Collection has a ton of easy achievements for you.
Well, I mean, that's what's that? How many ACAs is that? I mean, come on.
That's like
What, 12?
6.
14 or
Yeah.
13, something like that.
Math.
Math.
Yeah. So, yeah, they what was the final cutoff? Has it been a positive number yet? It's been pretty sad. I mean, I'm just looking at it. Come on now. It's pretty easy stuff, but
Well, on the
it's
team
not
side,
too
it's
much.
actually been a lot higher
Yeah.
than I expected.
Likewise.
Yeah. So on the team side, my team, myself, Saucy Slingo, and Decoy, we almost got eliminated. Fortunately, Saucy had his laptop with Minecraft loaded, and he was popping achievements, I think, 20 minutes before our cutoff just to try to get us over that line. I made the mistake of holding some achievements back so we could get a jump on the next week, and that almost did us in. And with us actually making the cut and surviving one more week, we have pushed out the team XLAX Jester,
Oh.
Professor Pluto, and Shadowless Edge's team. They have been eliminated.
I mean, it's not X-Lax Jester?
No one would make that joke.
No,
I
of
just
course
did.
not.
Come at me.
Lame.
Shadowless actually did get the achievements they needed, but they didn't scan in on time.
Yes,
Oof.
Oh, that's
Oof.
the worst.
Sucks.
that.
What they say.
To be honest, good. I'm still in. Sorry, Shadowless, but I'm happy.
if I'm gonna try to
just to
hide
remind-
my I was gonna hide my surprise that you almost got eliminated from the team side of it very early on.
Just a reminder, scan in your achievements at least 15 minutes before turnover, because everyone is hitting the scanners at the same time, and it might take longer than you expect to get them through.
That's a good tip. Also in the eliminations, the Emperor L's team, Nice L, has been eliminated. And then on the individual side, Mr. BCM, Iron Fist of Snuff, has been eliminated. So that sucks. Always has to be some losers, but on the plus side with the losers, there
Wow,
comes...
that was hard.
Yeah.
What
I'm
Wow.
not there yet.
Get those
I'm
losers
still alive.
out of here. Oh my goodness.
This is 2019. You have to say there are always some people that aren't winners. You can't call them losers.
There's no participation trophies on this podcast. But with those losers, there are the winners. And we have our proclamation point.
Proclamation point.
But first, I'm going to take this time to say that Angry Birds 2 comes into theaters August 14th.
Oh, dear God.
Thank you for
Dear
that.
God was a terrible game.
Thank you for that, Big L.
That was a
Totally what
Birdway.
we needed.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus. I can't even
All
complain
right.
about it being late because Waka's still here.
All right.
So,
We got to split this up,
proclamation
actually.
point. When it comes to completions,
Like an-
Carpe Adam 79 has 85 completed games. The Tominator 177 has 100 completed games. Keith 271179, add a couple more digits there.
79.
Yeah.
You said
Has
wrong.
190 completed games. Mighty Mango, that guy that I feel like we used to know who he is, has 695 completed games. Completion percentage.
Mediocre.
Beer Me 7, which forget about Beer Me. Scotch Me, yo, has 54%. Elroy, take over.
Where?
What? Oh, I tried putting you on the spot. It didn't work.
Let Elle do this.
You know, I don't-
All right, El,
What?
do Elroy's job.
Oh,
You
my
know I don't.
goodness.
Elle is
I don't
ready.
follow law.
Look at Anonymous Dolphins pointing it out for you.
Or are you even in the document?
I'm
He
pulling
printed it out.
Dot matrix.
Hard copy.
Carpe Adam, 2,500 achievements won. Tommy, 4,500 achievements won. Homer.
Dope.
No.
All right. 8,000 achievements won. Rocker Dude. Hi, I'm Rocker. 8,250.
It's me.
Ex Brovos, 11,000. Elephant Levalette Devainer, 77. 11,250. Little Miss Pete Tart with 12,750. We're just including everyone
Really?
this week, huh? Jesus.
Yeah, 750.
It's a big week.
I know, I know,
250
I
and
know.
750.
We're shouting out
In
the
the
whole
world.
community as best we can.
Dunkos, 13,250. Black Buff, who's hanging out with us in the mixer, 15,250.
Hang on, Elroy.
Elroy, your turn.
I was there. Hang on. Just did Black. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say Black Buff was. He was happy to hear that Waka was not a robot at some point. I don't know. Oh man. I see what you did there, man. It took me that long to figure out where you were at. Yes. The E-Gamer 77. He has 15,500 sheep. Yeah. Big ol' L, man. You got 16,750. All right.
That guy.
Yeah. Elroy.
Love that guy.
Love that
look at
guy.
you. Oh, too, man. Yeah. He has a new milestone. 17,500 achievements. One. These little half numbers, man. Come on. Prue, he's got 20,000. That's how you do it. Wakapil's got 21,000. Chin Doctor has a 10-day win streak. X the Hero has 23,000. And I must have skipped ahead. Streaks. Who wants streaks?
What the hell?
I want a streak right now. I'm already halfway there. NBA Kirkland is currently on a 1,600-day achievement win streak, and Big L Loser, you're an L7 loser, is on a 2,400-day achievement win streak, which is literally insane.
Oh, seven.
It's
The band.
Jeez.
Like 2,400 divided by what? 365. That's like 6 years, 7
5 and a
years.
half.
Christmas 2012.
That's insane, dude.
6.5.
Like genuinely, you're an asshat. But that's awesome.
Yay.
You sometimes get like a little weirded out by the fact that your achievement streak is older than your child.
Jeez.
And that I was getting achievements in the hospital while she was born. Yes.
Hey, that's a boring time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What else are you gonna do? Watch your child be born or play Windows Phone? Come on.
push.
Gamer score milestones. Freemhole has reached a new milestone of 280,000 gamer score. R56 Cooper S11, which sounds like a car, has reached a new milestone of 330,000 gamer score. Reforce with a 3 at the end has reached 450,000 gamer score, and Big L held his hand and reached the same gamer score milestone during the same week.
Oh,
This
that's
guy
so
is my
cute.
nemesis now.
Ghost World has
I might have
eclipsed
put in a word. Excuse me, but I might have told the TA people to make him lose some gamer score.
Yeah, so Reforce did hit the milestone, got credit for the milestone, but then had a picture of his gamer score sitting
Still
just
showing.
below 500,000 because
Still
some
showing
number of gamer
994.
score disappeared. But we feel you, and we're going to give you credit this week. Ghost World's at 480,000 gamer score.
Ghost World. It's an all.
It's in it. All
It is okay. Yeah.
a woo.
Oh,
Boring.
I was waiting for you to take it over. Has reached 500,000 gamer score, which I mean, what's he got? Like 1.5 million TA. Like
yeah. He has like I think a
actually.
2.85 ratio.
yeah,
He has the
He has,
highest ratio of anybody over 300,000 gamer score.
yeah. His TA difference is exceptional. But 500,000 is also very cool. True Marvelous is up to 1,350,000 gamer score, and Sangria's at 1,550,000 gamer score.
I helped him get there. We boosted Samurai Showdown.
What about Red, man? Red just hit 2 million, didn't he?
Yeah, why is
Yes.
that not on the
it
document?
seems like that. Seems like that would be on.
Redemption denied. 2 million gamer
Because
score.
it was such a big deal that we didn't need it on the document.
Who
We
missed
got-
that? Who
We got
does
1
this?
million. We got
2
330,000.
gamer score, man.
Which,
You know, these weird numbers,
Redemption-
but not 2 million.
And,
Not 2 million.
hit-
man.
While at Achievement Fest, and as a quick aside, there were several people from the community who did have the chance to go to Achievement Fest and meet each other. Hopefully, we'll be able to speak to one
Lucky.
or multiple of them over the next week or two and get that as some future podcast content. But I'm very jealous and definitely hoping to get there next year. P-Tart also hit, I think, her milestones during Achievement Fest because she had a crazy Achievement Fest with like 13,000 gamer score earned
Yeah,
or
that was
something.
crazy.
So, yeah, that was an Achievement Fest milestone. Awesome that you guys all went and got to meet each other and have Applebee's and all that stuff. So, but congratulations to all the Gamerscore folks.
And he hit it completing Dead Cells, I believe. So that was pretty cool.
That's a good one to do it with.
That's notable.
The thing. It's an almost Vayner.
So for TA or back to Proclamation Point, X space E space N space U space A, otherwise known as X Senua, has reached 150,000 TA. High Road Vatu has reached 400,000 TA.
Oh, sleep.
Benel 72 has 460,000 TA. X Povos has 500,000 TA. Kitty Skies has 800,000 TA. Weasel Pizza Weasel Pizza Weasel Pizza, which sounds like what Elroy had for dinner, has 1.1 million TA.
Middle
And
name,
Sasha
yeah.
Morning.
Did you guys
know that Sasha Morning, dude? Sasha Morning has a baby.
Dude, what?
He's got a pecker.
Dude. Sasha Morning has reached 1.6 million true achievement score, which is awesome. Even though he's a dude, that's still awesome. Not that it wouldn't be any less awesome if he was a female, but he's a dude.
Sasha's a dude. Secret is out. Nate, take over.
Oh, I'm doing a thing? Okay.
Never mind.
Dude.
Dominator.
Leaderboards. Dominator is now in the top 500 of the California Gamerscore leaderboard. Hatton 9062 is now in the top
One of them.
20,000. Commas are good, people. The top 20,000 True Achievement leaderboard for these old eyes and cardboard. Rocker Dude 5012. Who's that guy? Is now in the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvania. The best leaderboard.
And happy birthday to Wanda's husband, NBA Kirkland, celebrating the big 3-0. Ugh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kirkland.
Happy birthday.
Happy.
Birthday.
Go
Are we
outside now.
gonna sing to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, NBA Kirkland. Why is nobody else singing happy birthday to you?
None of us has had
Professional.
any scotch.
I haven't had that much scotch.
Good point. Where did you get that karaoke machine from? Jabez, crispy.
All right.
We're getting some sleep.
I think we should be
Sleep.
wrapping it up.
Oh, big thanks once again to Tommy for helping us get started. The Tominator.
Yes.
He was instrumental in editing the early episodes and getting them out totally on time every week. And Mighty Mango, who was with us for the first few episodes before Kush took over. So thank you to everybody involved with the show. Thanks to all the fans.
Yay.
And Kenny, some important news, I think.
Yes, some important news. So
And no,
I hope you all enjoyed this episode. This has been a blast being able to have all 8 of us on here, and hopefully we can do it together. Of all the things, how has that not been brought up?
Dead horses, left and
That
right.
was the perfect time for it. So I'm glad we didn't waste that one early.
Oh man. But with that being said, we have decided
for our 1 year anniversary, this would be a good time. We are launching a Patreon. Woo! Yeah, yes, woo! Give us money. No.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Good enough.
no. Earlier on, if you've been with us, we've tossed around the idea of a Patreon and whatnot. But specifically, one thing that stuck out in my head, I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if he'd want to be shouted out for this. But one person has told us that he felt like we weren't ready for it. And I hope we are ready for this now. We want to earn your money. We want nice X. We want to earn your money. We hope that the content that we are bringing forth is worth it. We hope we are doing a good job. If you are willing to and you are able to support us, we greatly appreciate it. As of right now, we just have 2 tiers. Our first tier is just a thank you. It's a $1.01. Get it? 101. Get it? It's a play. It's a play on our name, 101. And then our second tier is a $5 tier. If you're so generous, you can create a custom pledge and give us more. Thank you. But yes, if you are able to and you're willing, we would greatly appreciate it. All the money that we take in will go to hosting the podcast, improving the podcast, doing more raffles during live streams, giveaways like you've seen in our Discord, on Twitter, in Mixer. God knows
We're saucy. You're supposed to say that to buy me a new mic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants.
A new mic.
A new mic.
Yes, I mean, if you are watching this, you literally see that L is using his freaking headset and not it's not like he has a Turtle Beach microphone that he could be using to make editing easier or something like that. Sorry.
But we did take a long time to come to the decision to finally go that route, because we wanted to make sure that we were providing content weekly and that the content was, we hope, good and entertaining. So this will, like Kenny said, it'll help us pay for hosting costs. Anything extra will definitely be turned back around to the community in the form of giveaways and raffles and other cool things. As I'm sure you're all aware, we enjoy our contests, so we'll definitely be able to use that to help fund things like that and make the prizes a little more interesting or lucrative. Definitely Discord, or there will be a space in Discord, I think, for Patreon folks. And giveaways and stuff that are just for Patreon folks as well, to thank them for supporting the podcast.
Yeah, so specifically some of the benefits that you will get for being a patron, bonus content when it comes out, maybe some unedited content, some of the derails when L really just screws with us.
You.
The uncensored materials. Thank you, L, for making my job more difficult.
Right. I like the fact that the stuff that you have to do less work for is the stuff that we reward people who will give us money. But
Yeah, right.
Two bonuses. If you are in the Discord, you might really enjoy this. You can pick your own custom color for your name. So if you want to be pink or purple or yellow or green or blue or Sif red, whatever you want.
Whoa, Sif red.
That's what
I'm back in the dark now. We've been recording for 24 hours.
Right. And also, along with that, you will be able to get a custom emoji in the Discord. But that does come with some stipulations. You're not going to have like something crazy that we're going to get yelled at for. So, within reason, you can have a custom emoji.
If you want to compete with Elroy flexing, you can do that. You can do that. This is your time to shine.
In front of flames. The flaming flex.
But yes, if you're able to give to us, we greatly appreciate it. You. The Patreon link will be in the show notes if you listen to this. If you go back and listen to this on whatever, X wanted me to say that that's his fourth scotch.
What? X wanted you to say no such thing.
He said a different word that rhymed with scotch, so That's not what he was talking about.
Crotch.
That's my
Good one,
fourth
Corey.
crotch.
Yeah,
I'm a married man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna continue from that. Patreon, search us on Patreon. It's Achievement Hunting 101. There's something else. Yes, with that, all the normal places that you can find us. If you are if you're watching this now on Mixer, please follow us. I stream on Mixer every Saturday or Sunday night. You can see whatever game that I'm beating my head against the wall, and Jay Black and Saucy and Shin make fun of me for because I'm not good at.
You know what else is not good?
Oh boy,
The Holocaust.
what?
The Holocaust?
What'd you do?
Wow. Really dark. I was just saying, but whatever.
I just thought I'd get in there with that one.
Not wrong.
That was probably the wrong time for you to cut out.
That's what I heard.
We'll catch it in post.
Oh yes. Speaking of in post,
Live.
if you go back and listen to us on iTunes, there will be some extra goodies for the audio listeners only. Hopefully, anyway. But yes, if you would like to send us a Twitter tweet, please send us one on the Twitter at Achievements101. If you have not yet already, please go subscribe to us on YouTube. I have added all of our previous shows onto YouTube finally. They're all up there for your listening pleasure and more.
Not. We've already established some of them are not for your listening
Shut up,
pleasure.
X. This is the promotion point. This is where we're supposed to make it
Yeah,
nice.
wake the fuck
Sorry,
up.
they're all great. Level 0 through level 52 are all like
There we
treasures
go.
that you should treasure and value and yeah.
We're also I'm also working on getting all my past streams up in there. We're trying to get all the reviews up in there. It takes time. Your Patreon money helps with this. But yes, and we've all talked about it. If you want to get to know all of us, you want to get part of this community, you want to get some free things from the Discord, join the Discord. Discord link is discord.io/AH101. But it's been real
Heyo.
nice. It has been our 1 year anniversary. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Power
Yep.
Rangers suck.
Thank
It
you
does
guys.
not. We will
Thank
talk
you.
to you next week. This has been our 1 year episode.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. I think Chibobot has to say something.
Blaster.
Number 3.
All right, we'll try
Oh,
this.
number 3.
Number 3.
All right.
War cry.
Ah.
You at Chip's house?
Ah.
Oh, gun to your head. We didn't
Oh,
have
Oh
a
my
gun
gosh,
to your
how
head.
did that not come up?
Technically, we're still live. Any
Oh,
other
man.
dead horses
Hold
that we
on.
need to beat?
Oh,
All right,
Kenneth
Elroy,
Carnes
gun to
is
your
like a
head.
Bring them all out.
Your
Go on.
head.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Top 3 Ratalaika games.
I
We
think
did
we
this
should
one
all.
already.
Yeah, we already did
Oh, we
that.
did. We did. That's right.
Iron
but-
Snout, Iron Snout, and Iron Snout. I remember that one.
Yeah, Iron Snout.
That was-
There we go.
yeah, I think we should all do a review raid. That went over well.
Oh, gonna start one right
That's our
now.
most downloaded episode. What are you talking about?
That's part of that free content, right?
Shadowgate was a game.
Yes, me and
Still-
Big L played Shadowgate.
It was wonderful.
Shadowgate Remastered, or a remake, I believe it's called.
Yeah, this is a remake, not a remaster. I played it too. Thank you,
un-
RTDO.
Unfortunately, it launched broken, and I've heard that it since have been fixed really recently, but no one has earned the achievements yet. If you played Shadowgate 25 years ago, you know what to expect. It is basically the same game with some minor differences and added difficulty levels. The added difficulty levels actually change the game, add more rooms and more puzzles. Unfortunately, if you play it on a higher difficulty, your torch will run out really quick. There's no good way to play it. Legit, you might as well just
That's a good
use a
enough
guide to play.
The UI sucks.
UI
It's
is
really terrible.
really bad. If you want to combine an item, you literally have to go through 10 radial menus. It's really
And the game has
UI.
sort of like a context sensitive usage of the B button, but what the context is doesn't always make sense. So sometimes it's, you press B, you're going to open a door, right? Except for those times when you don't open the door and wind up flinging yourself down a hole to your death. So it's not always apparent what you're supposed to do.
But if the dev who sent us the code hears this, the game was great, and
Well,
please
the
send
game-
us more stuff.
I will say, like the people who made the game clearly
No,
really loved Shadowgate and loved its lore and built
It's-
more into
it's-
it.
It's meant to be played on a computer, and which
I
came out-
believe
it came
I
out for
believe
the
it's the
computer a few years
same
prior.
developers that actually made the
Oh, is
original
it?
game.
Oh,
And
okay.
I agree that the game it's not bad, but it is a 25-year-old game. Unfortunately, the UI is atrocious. It's probably better played on an iPad or on a PC.
Right, it was
Yeah.
released into Steam years ago.
'Cause, yeah,
But they went through and they narrated all the,
The music's
story, the music.
they redid the
yeah.
soundtrack, and when you beat the game, the heavy metal medley is amazing.
Heavy
Well, you
metal?
can pick either soundtrack, right? You can pick the old
Yes.
soundtrack or the new soundtrack, which is a nice, nice thing to be able to do. So there is a lot that's good about the game, but the
Soundtrack.
just navigating the menus is
know.
really terrible, and when that's really the entire gameplay, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that was
big
the fun
problem.
side.
Yeah, it looks like it has 7 unattainables, and looks like it's going to take a long time. I don't know
Elroy
about
wants
this thing.
Nothing to do with that one.
I am not having this one.
You know what it
Three-
is great for, though? You know what it is
3,000.
great for? G-Tasked.
Oh,
Because
man.
you can follow a guide and the ratios are all very high.
Shoot, all you gotta do is pop like 3 Ratalaika games, and that's good enough to stay alive right now. Lord
It
of
probably
mercy.
takes less time too.
Yeah, I swear.
That was fun.
Yeah.
The
All right,
game
see
did have an
Shadowgate
update.
review done.
What would-
That was easy.
I guess they didn't fix the Chivos.
So it's a
This
new
is all it
code.
took. Why didn't we do that 3 months ago?
Swaka just did a second playthrough. Didn't you hear him tell us all about it?
Yeah, I just did a second playthrough. I didn't play through the entire thing, but I got one of the end game achievements for the RTDL, and it was truly awful. I hated most of it.
Tell us how you really feel.
Was it truly awful in the Albedo sewage way of
Oh,
awful?
yeah.
No, the big issue is that I had an achievement for examining 500 items.
Oh no.
And the problem is that, well, many items you can just look around in the environment and just open one menu and look at things. But then you have items such as parchments that you have to manually go through like 4 layers of menus to get to, and then you have to manually open them, and then you have to back out and then look at them.
The other thing with those parchments is that's where the spells are, but they don't make it obvious. So you have to read the parchment to get the spell so that you can use it. But all the parchments appear in your inventory as wrinkled scroll, old scroll, tough scroll. So you have to open every single one, and it seems to load into your inventory in reverse order. So whichever one is the spell is always the last one you wind up looking at.
Yeah, and all the graphics for most of the parchments are the same. There are like 3 different type of graphics, but there are, I don't know if it's around 50 notes that you have to go in and open and look at.
But yeah, Shadowgate. How many torches out of 5, Waka?
1.
You get 3 in your bag, so
Oh. No battle cries or anything in it.
Ah.
Ah.
The voice acting is actually amazing, and the
Yeah, it's very good.
Love you, Chip.
very good is not the word I would use for it.
I think
There,
it's trying to evoke a certain feeling, and I
Yes,
think it does that successfully.
it is trying to evoke a certain feeling, but I feel it's incredibly some of the lines are incredibly stupid.
The lines are bad. Yes, the writing is really terrible.
My favorite line is "Now listen if you have ears." And that's basically it. That's the quality of lines that they are uttering in this game.
That's our motto too. Listen if you have ears.
Can we work that into the logo?
We're setting the
Yeah,
bar
yeah.
really low there, though.
So I want to give a quick, huge shout out. It's been like 10 minutes since I just said this, but thank you so much, Doughboy, Jables, and Chip, for their subscribing already to the Patreon. Holy
Oh,
crap.
nice.
$5 here
That's
each.
so
Thank
awesome,
you
guys.
guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
You
you.
guys are awesome.
Truly appreciate that. It's,
That way,
that's just kind
I-
of mind blowing that people will support us. You love us. You really love us.
I think that deserves a Taco Bell bong. Does anyone have it ready?
Yeah, here it is, right now.
Oh, come on. You don't have it on cue?
Bong.
Didn't you have a soundboard, Kenny? I'm disappointed.
I'm working on it.
That's what the Patreon money's going to go to.
Just the soundboard, and it's going to be number 3, secret, and the Taco Bell
Number
bong.
3.
Wait.
Thank you.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
All right,
I
I'm
got
wrapping
you.
it up
I
there.
got you.
I'm trying to get that up real quick. Oh, crap. Wow. No one took the chance to say there's a pill for that. All right.
No, I'm not allowed.
We all must
was
be
forbidden.
so tired because that was like the perfect
Shell told me
opportunity.
not.
I'm waiting for Walker just to fall over. But
All right.
He's going to fall over, and the second he does, his daughter's just going to toddle on in.
Yeah, right. You'll get like
and then the
Wire.
screen goes dark.
oh, man.
Okay.
No, you hang up.
That's a good time to end it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. Truly appreciate it is late. Truly
And I'm the one that
appreciate it.
All right.
Force
Give
feed.
Chip
It's
a
very
call.
early.
All right.
Just kidding. Hate that guy.
Thank you guys.
Just
Top
kidding.
3 dead horses that people like to beat. L.A. Noir, I'm glad you asked. L, use your special ability.
Go get some
See you
sun.
guys. Talk to you next
Yeah.
week.
Blaster.
Bye.
Bye.
Blaster.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.
There's a pill for that.